still up.
I don't know what to tell you, but those because the portcullis slammed in the one shot that you ran. I don't know, guys. Those tentacles, though. Woof.
They're there. There's something. Oh, Aiden, I couldn't for the life of me remember how I made the eyeball on your beholder slimy, and I'm gonna do it for the whole Kraken. He's gonna be slimy as shit.
You didn't make the eyeball slimy. You made the whole beholder slimy.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Like physically slimy or appear slimy?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Technically
Though.
both. He's like glistening and he's smooth.
A viscous.
Yeah,
Viscous.
okay, I'm putting this down.
Moist.
You fucking ruined the beholder mini now.
Oh, that
Right.
reminds me, Matt. I owe you a recap of the one shot. You'll find it fun.
I look forward to hearing it.
My whole backstory is now just inert.
What number are we on? What number is this?
Episode
Session.
24.
4, baby.
24.
Sweet
That's
home
crazy.
Alabama.
Like you're not kidding, it's 24 because my last note that that I have is from session 14, August 28th, 2021. It says there are 2 lines and it says exactly, go wherever we want, see black dragon. Those are my notes.
That's when we decided we could go and do what we want to do. That was just before we went to the cave with
Into the thick of it.
Into that good.
Atosia. And then after that, we just kind of, then we realized we were on schedule. We got back on schedule. That's what's up.
Yikes.
I
We have to
have.
be very efficient with our murder tonight. Just saying.
Did I
like most-
add this potion of invisibility to my inventory? Yes, I did.
I think it's just polite to make most murders efficient, though, you know?
Except for that one guy.
Why
You
is my
deserved it.
stuff not attuned?
Can anybody explain to me why I all of a sudden have attack or advantage on initiative? Ah, thank you. I will take it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Dice, our Wednesday night campaign, The Castaways. How's everyone doing tonight?
Amazing. Because we're here.
Feels like it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
10 long years.
10 years later.
Oh,
Since next week is Halloween, can we all talk like cowboys the whole time?
So how I regularly talk?
I don't know about that.
No, you don't sound like super duper cowboy. I'm talking like cowboy.
Yeah, you gotta get the whole drawl.
Cowboy.
Gotta get
Like
that twang.
spontaneously grow mustaches.
No, it's more of a
cowboy.
twang. The drawl is more like Georgia.
Oh,
Music playing for
anyway,
anyone?
just an idea.
Mhm.
Nope.
Yo,
Oh yes, yeah, it's just quiet.
There it goes. So, let's get into tonight's session. Last we gathered, we watched as our heroes, those known as the Castaways, scoured the ruins of High Pass for answers about Akare's past and his previous life, some of which that were answered and others that just led to more questions. As they gathered their things and were about to leave the city, Akare felt an estranged presence calling out to him from the ruins. It led him to an old sept in the ruins of an abbey. Investigating, they found a ladder that led deep into the bowels below this city, an ancient library seemingly lost to time. It belonged to an entity that they came to know as a Hera. Exploring through this library, they found a multitude of wondrous and useful information, Kidai even completing her quest in the search for the ancient smut. But the party longed for home, for a familiar place, a place to rest, and to devise their plan. After defeating the necromancer that had invaded this library, they found a seal, a gateway that led to the prison where the Gazing King was kept. They defeated this necromancer and stopped him from breaking the seal, and the party sequestered their new friend, a Furbog man named Barbaros, for transportation home. He was happy to oblige after they saved his life. And we now find the 5 of you on the southern reaches of the Kelthara thicket, with Singara on the horizon. Kidai, you turn and look, and Akari is handing you a book, one in which he has recently stolen from the library of Ahara.
I knew you wanted it, so... It's the smut book. You're muted.
It's the smut book?
Yeah.
How did you find this? Oh my god, my
which-
my Kidai highness is part of my voice being
DM,
gone.
can you
Sorry.
remind me which book this was? Because
His
I
Long
don't
Sword
think
of
I read
Love.
it. That's right.
Oh my god. Will you look at it with me?
It's not really something I'm interested in, but sure.
I want
if
to
you
flip
want.
to a random page and show Akare
Kida-
whatever I
Kida,
find.
I'll look at this with you.
There have to be
This is-
pictures though, right?
There are pictures. You looked at a few last time.
Okay. Good.
What page does he flip to, DM?
Can I roll for it?
Sure.
What do I roll?
Roll a d20.
Matt's over here like, shit, I gotta create a book
17.
right now on the fly.
A 17.
Mhm.
As you're as you're flipping through, it shows it's a bunch of paragraphs, but breaking between the paragraphs, there are various pictures that are kind of setting the scene. And the picture that you find whenever you flip open to this page is a woman that is dressed in like a long flowing silk but see-through gown. And she's just kind of like laying across the bed, motioning for her partner to come and join her.
Kida kind of like giggles and blushes.
Huh. Well, that's not gonna keep you very warm.
It's not tactical, no.
Well, no, tactical would be to keep you safe with the armor.
Yeah, not for warmth or safety. It has other uses. It has its own job.
Well, anyway, that's yours. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, I will.
Not like that, Emma. Don't.
How else are you supposed to enjoy a smut book?
Wait, I have a question, Matt. What race was the person?
An elf and a human.
Oh, nice.
Make it half elves, baby.
Nice.
For clarification, the man is the elf and the woman is human.
Oh, good. Good.
Unneeded clarification, Matt.
It was needed.
I tuck it into my bag and just kind of like, just happy, just giggly.
Samira stays like awkwardly far away from the book. Like doesn't even want to make eye contact with Kidai when she knows she has it.
So you said we have a clear sight line at Cigar. Is it just like rolling hills?
Yeah, it's just rolling hills before you, and you can see Singara on the horizon, essentially, like the outline of the tops of the buildings.
Well, let's not waste any time, shall we? I'm curious to see what kind of progress has been made or what defenses have been built.
All right. So the five of you kind of gather your things and begin trekking across the rolling hills. As you do, Akare, some familiar sights begin to kind of pocket the landscape in front of you. There are various traps that seem to have been built while you were gone that are very similar, if not improved upon, from the ones that you taught the various people of Singara to place around the city in order to slow down intruders, those that wish to come from Trasana and take vengeance on those who deserted them.
Well, I mean, that answers my question. I was going to ask, do you think they've used your traps? Caught anything?
I guess we'll see if there's any scouts from Trasana within. I was curious myself.
Yeah.
one of these two people that I was with was it Emma and Elijah? Were the two scouts that
Correct.
I taught how to do that? Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Barring anything else popping up, they will be my first stop when I get into Singara. But I'll stick with the group.
Oops. All right. It doesn't take you guys long with Akari kind of pointing out how to avoid these various traps and how they're kind of hidden throughout the field here. But an hour passes by, and maybe 100 feet from you, you guys can see the woven archway of twigs and branches that leads in to the village of Singara.
Sorry, one more quick question, DM.
Mhm.
All the traps, are they non-lethal but wounding, as I had taught them?
As far as you
Or
can
are these
tell.
like, okay, I just didn't know whether or not these were like lethal traps. That's it.
Okay. So, as you guys pass through the archway and into town, first thing that catches your eye is Frelia. Gram walking through the center of town. She turns, sees the five of you, and a massive grin grows across her face. Kind of drops her walking stick and begins walking over to all of you, if not running. But how'd everything go? You guys have been gone for days.
I'll step forward. Going for like a tentative hug.
She opens her arms.
It went well. Well, about as well as it could. Well, I'll let Kida tell you about what happened in the grove, but we had success there. And
I
then
know
from
you've
there-
had success. Later, I'll show all of you, but things are getting back to normal.
That's good news. That's very good news. I think as if the side effect of being stuck on this island is that we could help, I think it's been worth the trip. So
I think
let's
you guys have done more than help. You've restored a sense of faith to the people here.
This is good to hear. What news of Trasana?
Been silent ever since you guys brought the newcomers, the people who moved for here from Trasana. It was hard in the beginning. I won't sugarcoat it. There wasn't nearly enough food to go around, but they pulled their own weight. The hunters helped, and we made it through. The first few days were the roughest. But we have a system now, and I think we're ready.
And Yalis? How is he?
He's kept to himself for a majority of the time. I think he's still a little broken.
Shaken now. Sure. Where is he?
How are? Oh,
I'd like
sorry.
to speak with him.
He's staying in his father's tent just on the other side of town, so he doesn't leave.
Okay. I'll speak.
How are
Thank
the
you.
two groups commingling?
They have their differences. I think there are those of the group of the newcomers that still don't trust us with. I don't know how to put it. Some still look over their shoulder when we pass by. It's a new world, and we've only been together for a little over a week.
Have there been any outright altercations?
Arguments, but nothing that came to blows.
Much to be thankful for.
I mean,
I'm assuming there's no update on Andraxis or anything going on to the east, northeast, whatever it is.
I believe a couple of your scouts that you brought over from Trasana have been keeping tabs on the things going on outside the city for the most part. I don't know what all they found. To be honest with you, I think you'd have to go and speak to, well, one of the leaders of the city, perhaps. Maybe Kaitos knows something.
That guy's the head honcho around here, ain't he? Yeah, druid
Correct.
leader. Got it.
Frelia's the druid leader. He is the town leader.
We don't like Kythos.
We didn't think Kythos was the greatest guy, but it's not like we're gonna kill him like Tresnana.
God.
Well, it looks like we've got a fair number of people to talk to.
Indeed. Kothar,
Yes?
will you do me a favor?
Sure, what do you need?
Will you back me up when I go and talk to Yalis? I need you for something.
Sure. I mean, do you need me to look like especially intimidating or just
No.
like
No. Just be yourself. Be strong. It will help.
I think I can manage that.
And just follow my lead. That's it. Okay?
I got you back.
Well, if you guys are off, it's only a few hours till dinner. Let us throw together some food for you. I could find your friends, Patrin, right? And she looks to you, Kothar.
Yeah.
And, maybe even Yalis would join us, and whoever else you would like to have, but could all have dinner at my place in a few hours?
Could Stradmeal and Thudmeal attend?
Whoever you'd like, my dear.
Shit, dinner at grandma's. Count me in.
Yeah, sounds lovely. Our accommodations. I believe we had a tent. Is that still available?
Well, you've been staying in my place when you've been here, so... But yes, it's available.
Okay. I want to be sure. Wonderful. Well, we certainly need to rest and get cleaned up.
As you, go to walk away, Freya, puts her hand up on your face, stares into your eyes for a short minute. You have so much of your father in you.
I'm sure that brings you comfort. It does to me as well.
Both of you are strong warriors, leaders in their own right.
Thank you. I'm glad I got to meet you, Dreyma.
Oh, I'm glad that I got to meet you. It was a light in a very dark, dark world.
Tomorrow morning, I think we will have to go to Trasana and do something. I don't know exactly what. Or when exactly, but we'll have to. And when we do, we'll have something. We'll have to do something serious.
Yes, I understand. Do you guys have any extra information on what goes on there? I mean, they've kept to themselves. Is war an actual need?
We know that they consort with demons or devils. And we know that they do not care for you.
And there are people there that are being deceived.
That is...
Especially about you.
But even about their own structure and what they choose to believe in. They're being completely misled.
We don't need to go to war necessarily, but their leaders must be deposed.
They have a right to know.
That is concerning. Well, I agree with you on some terms. I just hate to see anything happen to the five of you, or even anyone in this what's left of our tribe that chose to join you.
Let it be known that those who come will come at their own risk. We don't know what we will find. We know what we have to do, but we don't know the timbre of it.
It's understood.
Only the people who choose to follow us can follow us.
Well, when it does come to that, I hope that with her newfound strength and her resurgence that Maeve will guide the five of you.
Thank you. Till dinner, then.
I will have it prepared.
Thank you.
As the two groups split, I'll catch Furlier's arm real quick. You said the food was scarce. Is it better now, back to the way it was, or is it still a little iffy?
Depends on the hunt of the day, really. There's been a sense of life returned to the land in the days prior, and seemingly fruits, and other things of the forest and plains that we were scarce before are seemingly more bountiful now. But the wildlife still is yet to return, or return in the way it used to be. They used to come in droves throughout the lands. You'd see whole herds running across the rolling hills, but as of late, you see small families, and, well, if we hunt out the families, then they won't have offspring, and then we won't have food for the future.
I'll do yourself a favor if you don't mind, and spare yourself from making a plate for me. I'll manage. I'll follow the group.
I'd like to, well, I see Kothar, I think now is the best time if Yalis is going to join us for dinner, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should definitely meet with him before dinner, you know? Business pleasure.
Indeed.
While they do that, Zamira will just kind of go off on her own to a quiet place for a little bit.
Okay. Kidai, where you heading?
I'll go with the group. But I also would want to point out that I've got, snacks and things on me. They don't need to make me a plate. So.
Are coming with me and Kothar?
No, with Akari.
Oh, I was sticking with the hunks, unless I wasn't invited.
Unfortunately for this one, I think just Kothar and myself.
It's okay, Kita and I will find something interesting to get into.
Don't worry, we'll look extra hunky right now. This Gothar's like bathed in blood and cuts, and just looking generally not great.
I think it's important to remember
Kita nods.
That aesthetic, that we're like crispified, shadow melted, bloody.
Yeah, you guys are very worn.
I'm over here just polished, freshly oiled, ready to go. Kita, I hate
You
to...
oiled yourself in front of God and everyone?
That's right. They gotta pay for that. I don't get that for free. As the two hunks walk away, I'll be like, Kita, I hate to see him go, but I love watching him leave.
Just the blood. It adds to the look. It does, right?
Yeah, it does.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm sure they clean up well, but maybe I've just been around them too much.
That's a good point. Maybe we should set up some sort of special occasion, get them to clean up, see how good they do.
Oh my god.
I'm sure Fane looks astounding, as always.
Oh my god. Akari, you and I
would
were...
love to see Kothar in proper dress.
We have to find some excuse to go to, like, a ball or a gala or a prom.
Hold on a second. Didn't you once tell me it was your birthday in 2 days?
Yeah, Kita could be a Libra. Sure, fuck yeah. It's very important to me. My
Maybe
character
that's your
creation.
opportunity.
Yeah, I mean...
let's
mean,
be
it could
honest,
be.
between the two of us, it won't be hard, even if it's not necessarily your birthday, to con them into believing it. They'll buy just about anything.
Could be our birthday.
Oh, you want to share one?
We can share one.
Well, sure. I suppose I do need to figure out
I don't have my
what my
G-string
birthday
on
is.
this island. Sorry, guys.
I can make you one. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll figure
Oh,
it out.
God.
There's
So
a will,
druid
so
craft
there's a
one?
way.
Yeah, like a woven mesh G-string.
Hemp G-string, just
Do they have a
G-string.
bigger and taller shop here?
big and tall.
No, bigger and taller.
Bigger and taller.
Oh,
You think
I'll
these
start
mommy
working on the
milkers
cheeses
measure
and the wines.
themselves?
Mm.
well, just think on it. Maybe we could have a little fun before all
Little
the.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe after.
I mean,
forgot.
everybody's getting back all together. We'll have, the brothers, and we can have just a
I would love to see what
soiree.
Gambino busts out for a special day.
Okay,
you
it's
imagine?
gonna buzz it out. I think that's a great idea.
I told you we get up to some shit. We didn't even have to move. All we had to do was talk.
Oh, Lord.
As we walk away
Anyway.
seductively, I want to turn to Quivlar. How long is the walk to Yalis' tent?
15-20 minutes.
A scene.
Yeah.
I'll turn to Quivlar and say, this is going to sound like a random question for the middle of the day, but it's important.
All right. Shoot.
Why do you keep going?
Like towards Yalis' tent?
No.
Okay. I figured, but I wanted to make sure. I didn't know.
You've lost almost everything. Your friends, your love. I don't know what else you had except the sea. What keeps you going?
I think what keeps me going is transient, you know? If you would have asked me, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, I probably would have said getting some kind of closure. You know? Finding my captain, my crew. I could have never imagined them alive, but I would have liked to have just known what happened. I think 2 weeks ago it would have been helping Kidai get revenge. Or, you know, get even with whatever demon is controlling her life. Before that, it would have been helping you chase down Andraxis. Recently, it's been Akare and getting him closer to his family. I think what keeps me going is not so much a specific thing or an idea, so much as just You've mentioned
Friends.
Friends, yes. You've mentioned I've lost a lot, and I'm reminded of that every now and again. However, I still have you guys, and I think as long as there's a chance that I can help prevent one of you all from having to go through what I did in some small measure of a way, I'll be here.
What happened to you, Kothar, if your friends or your friend betrayed you? What would happen to your soul about who you are?
I can't answer that honestly.
I think Yalis can.
Do you think he was friends with Is that what happened to you?
I think he worshipped on the axis. I can't even imagine. I thought about this a lot over the last week or so. Genderol died physically before he could die in my fantasies, I guess you would say. He lived forever as he was. I was lucky in that sense. I can hold him high still, but Yalis doesn't have that. He got to watch his hero. His father is dead as well, and his hero betrayed him. It's worse than that. I still have something, but I'm not sure Yalis has anything right now.
You might be right. I think. I mean, you've been a man of the arena. We've talked about it briefly before. I think maybe we kind of turned the other way this time. Last time there were lots of harsh words and deep criticisms. Maybe this time there's kind words
For Yalis,
and a helping hand.
I
I
had
mean,
intended to.
put yourself in his shoes. How would you feel?
I know how I would feel because I felt that way. I lived it. I guess the reason you're coming with me is because we have to make sure that he does not make the same choice I did. I'll need your help.
I will offer what I can.
Okay. Thank you. Can we walk?
After a short walk, you guys find yourselves outside of Yalis' tent. A very sun-tanned leather. There looks to be untended. There are kind of large circle of grass that kind of encircles around the tent. It looks like it has not been tended for long while now. Maybe 2 weeks.
Say, Kothar, if you don't mind, wait here just a moment, please.
Sure. Call me if you need me.
I will. And I'll go in the tent.
Kind of pull the leather aside and enter into the tent. Your nostrils are instantly filled with the smell of filth, of a place that just has not been cleaned in a long while. On the far end of the room, you can see there is a leather mat that is kind of laid across the dirt ground, and sitting on it, with his back to you, you can see the body of Yalis. There is the flicker of a candle. He just sits there and stares down at it.
Yalis, how are you?
Kind of turns over and looks over his shoulder, and you can see his eyes are just bloodshot, like he hasn't slept in days.
Come, sit. Have a drink with me. And I'll find the closest seat I can without being right next to him.
Easy enough to do. Just kind of like turns around, folds his legs, and sits, stares at you.
You did like that classic intervention thing where you like knock aside the beer cans to try and find a cup on the counter and like kind of like, you know, that sort of thing. I'll find a couple cups, pour some jungle juice in a glass, and hand him one. Doesn't smell very good in here, Yalis.
Haven't noticed.
You've gone quite nose blind, I think.
What's the point?
That's a good question. I mean, the point certainly is not to sit around and think all day, don't you think?
I meant for life.
That's what I meant as well. You know, there's a lot of reasons you could be doing this life thing, but being here in your tent is not a good one. It's one of the worst choices. But don't get me wrong, I understand it. I do. He meant a lot to you, didn't he?
Kind of like stares up at you with like a knowing look, knowing who you're talking about. And you can see there's like a tear starting to come into the side of his eye and begins to roll down his cheek and just looks at you. Was the best of us. If I had my way, he would have been the next village chief. He would have been a leader that would go down in history as our greatest.
But he wasn't. You know that, right, Yalis?
Don't know him like I did. Whatever darkness has him, tainted him. The man was a brother. Is a brother to me.
I can see that, Yalis. And I met Andraxis, and I knew the weight of his personality. I know how strong he was. I know the feeling you feel, Yalis. You sit and you wake up, and you simply hope for the next time you're unconscious, just so you don't have to think about it. So you don't have to answer the questions in your head. I don't know if you've been drinking, but it's a good way to fix that problem for a while. But it doesn't make the problem go away. You have a question you need to answer, Yalis. What does life mean without Andraxis? It means plenty. You say, what's the point? That's a question that you get to answer, Yalis. And sitting in your bed will not solve that for you any sooner. You have a wonderful opportunity, Yalis. Some people grow up, live and die having their every dream fed to them by the way they were raised. Now you've had a very sudden and violent break from your aspirations and your ideals. And that's painful. But the joy of it is that you get to pick what you are about. You get to be who you want to be, but you need to decide. You are my blood, and you are strong. And you are better than sitting in your room crying. Even though you feel that pain, you must keep moving. Though it rains, the sun does not cease to shine or move across the sky.
Then
It
how
will
do you do
hurt.
it? How do you move on when your world, all you've ever known, is a lie? Something that you spent your whole life knowing to be the truth, to wake up one day and have the man that you worshipped, the man that you would call your brother, the man that you would call your chief, stab you in the back. For what? A piece of power, a sense of empowerment, a sense of strength. Was it worth the gift? Was it worth the price? I know that I would not pay it.
Let me tell you something, Yanis. Before you take a condescending tone, as though I could not possibly understand, know that I felt this. I have walked this road. I have walked this road before. I loved Gendrog as much as, if not more than you loved Andraxis, because Gendrog was the only person I had. He taught me everything, and he died. I've not told a soul this, Yales. But the day he died, he betrayed his own values. And he betrayed me as well. Because everything I was the values he taught me. So do not assume that I do not know. And I will tell you exactly what you must do. The answer to the question will come in time, but you cannot find it here in your tent. As painful as it may be, as heavy as the burden is, you must stand up and walk. You are in hell now, and you will never get out unless you take those steps.
Where do I begin? I don't
Wash
know.
your fucking body. Clean your room. Do the things that are expected of a strong man. Act as though life goes on and life will go on. You think you can be better after a great betrayal of this, but it takes time. But in the meantime, you cannot lose everything you've worked for so far. You are my blood and you are strong.
You see him like reach into the inside of his like cloth that he's holding, and he like pulls out this necklace and kind of tosses it across the ground to you. I wish Andrexus would have never found this damn thing. The day he found this, it's the day he tapped into that unheard of power. The day he began to change.
May I?
It's laying on the ground in front of you.
I'll pick it up and look at it.
As you look at it, there is like a singular silver thread that kind of runs through with these small little black obsidian beads around the outside with little diamond pieces of diamond in between each bead. Comes down into a central, large, almost opaque stone that has a greenish tinge to the inside. And as you look at it, you would swear as if the etchings in the stone and like the way it kind of swirls as if it was moving.
I'll look into this.
Carried it with me for the last few weeks. It's the only thing I could grab off him before departing.
You have a decision to make, Yalis. But before you make this decision, there is something you have to do.
Does that wash myself?
This is more in the metaphorical sense, if you forgive me. You cannot, as I did, let your identity become tied to one person. Decide what your values are, not who you worship, but decide who you are. What's important to you is who you must be. You must not be a reflection of someone else. And once you can do that, once you know who you are, you must decide how you feel about Andraxis. Not what Iollas the Younger thought, not the person who worshipped Andraxis. You must decide who you are, and then once you know that, you can decide what to do about Andraxis.
Kind of like slowly stands up and sticks his hand out to kind of help you stand as well.
I have something for you. This I'll pull out the Life Essence blade. This belonged to Gendarag. Fralia gave it to me the first time I visited.
The whole village knows that. It's a famous blade here.
Indeed. And it will need a famous warrior to wield it. It should stay here, in Sengara, and I can think of no finer person to wield it, Gallus.
I have no right.
Look at me, Gallus. This village will need a chief. And who better than the person wielding this blade? Wrap his hands around it.
Kind of like slowly just like looks down at it and looks up to you. I don't deserve it. But I will wield it with honor.
You can start deserving it, Gallus. Today. Dinner in a few hours at Grand's place. Be there with your sword. Clean yourself up. You have the next few hours to mop, but when you show up at dinner, I expect you to be Gallus.
I'll be there.
Give him a big hug.
Just kind of like silently wraps his arms around you and brushes himself off a little bit, kind of readjusts his stature to not look so pathetic.
That's better. Alright. Just turn and leave. Sorry, Kothar, I got caught up by you.
It's alright. Hey, I mean, he's your family, you know? It's your conversation. I was only here if you needed it. It sounds like you have it handled.
I hope so.
He wasn't looking so great. I kind of snuck a little peek in there at one point. The smell was getting me a little worried. I didn't know if you died or if he had, so I kind of just right in.
It's kind of funny because we smell terrible, so the fact that it smelled that bad to us, it's not great.
I imagine I smell somewhere in the range of like medium well done.
You have like a fishy scent to you. I can't explain.
Fishy?
It. Fishy. It's not good.
See, I always imagine myself. Well, I mean, maybe like alligators are kind of like fishy, you know.
It's more like a smoked trout or something like that.
You know, given the present circumstances, I'll let that one fly. That's probably about true.
No, there's plenty of flies on you, Kothar.
Did your ear get blown out from the never mind. That's fine. You know what?
Come on, let's get back and get cleaned up.
That's fair.
Alright. Zamira, what are you doing? Gotta unmute. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't unmuting. She just wanted to go find a quiet place. She's been cooped up with people for a while now, and having spent most of her life in the monastery, she occasionally likes some solitude, and a lot transpired, so she just wanted to go and find a quiet place and cast her levitate and do some whittling while she thinks about everything that's transpired and how fates kind of intertwined us all together and everything that's happened and all she still has yet to accomplish and all the group still has yet to do in a short amount of time on the island and off the island. The weight of everything, but the feeling of accomplishment that is the stuff we've done already.
Easy enough for you to do. So we will go back to Akare and Kidai. What are you guys doing
I
while you're sitting
may.
there talking?
If I may, Aiden, can I kind of take leadership of this one?
Oh, it's all you.
So even though it was Akare's idea to have a party, it looks like Kidai has roped him into the planning. There are already intricate parchment invitations with ribbons and beautiful calligraphy, and she's trying to show him exactly how to write very formal invitations. Hosted by blah blah blah. It will be such and such, like a wedding invitation, but for a party, all
Okay.
rolled up into a scroll. So showing him step by step how to make these. Meanwhile, trying to prep and plan all of the food and the everything that's going on. Oh, Akari, I don't know. I assume this is going to be just kind of our closer counterparts. Yes?
What does that mean?
Or is it going to be the whole village?
Well,
Relia, who's still kind of staying there, just kind of butts in. Hopefully just close friends. I don't have that much space.
Do close friends. Okay, I can work with this book you gave me. It gave me a couple ideas, and I was thinking maybe
what have I done?
I'm sure there's got to be somebody around here that can like do like belly dance, like private belly dance, like you give them money and they dance for you, you know, like at a party situation, you know what I mean?
Sure, I'm presuming there's
Like as entertainers,
yeah.
you know? Anyway, I'm just trying to think of, you know, entertainment for the party and what can liven the... And she's just going on and on and on and on and on about how she wants to find everything perfect for this party and also wants to get strippers, basically, so...
I'm gonna nose down in embarrassment and just keep working on the invitations. And let the lead party planner do the party planning. But for the most part, it will go in one ear and out the other, in my case. Unless she needs me to do something specific.
The cursive L, it's like this. It's this. There you go. Good job. You got it.
Oh, that's a celestial flare. Did you pick that up from somewhere?
I picked it up from language. It's an L. It just goes loop-de-loop-de-loop.
Huh.
What does it mean to you?
It's a little bit of a celestial flare to the letter. It's different from Elvish, and I'll draw it an Elvish L. And I'll draw it a celestial L.
Oh, the Elvish is pretty too, though. Maybe we should do half and half. What do you think?
I think not everybody speaks as many languages as we do. Probably
That's a good point. That's a good point. So do you think like the Merlot with the cheese, or and then I'll just trail on, keep going.
I'm not sure how well you'll find Merlot here, but you can try.
It's just jungle juice extra.
Jungle juice, but red.
Jungle juice, but extra fermentation time and just grapes.
I don't mean to interrupt, as Freya kind of like noses in again. I don't know what you did, but I'm guessing we have you to thank as she motions to you, Kidai. If you wouldn't mind, can you come with me for a minute?
Absolutely. Of course. Okay, you keep going. You're doing a great job on that calligraphy.
I'm not letting the stew burn. It's Gam Gam stew. I'm going to stand up and start stirring the stew she's making.
You
She's
can
making a
multitask.
stew, for sure.
You can multitask. You'll be great.
Yeah, I'm literally like from iRobot. I'm one hand stirring the pot, the other hand writing out invitations fast as hell. Flawlessly as well.
Okay, well, please come with me.
What can I
So-
do for you?
That's what you can do for me and what I'd like to show you.
Oh,
You'll see in a moment. And she will lead you across town to Maeve's Grove that is on the outskirts of Singara. And as you kind of like enter into the grove with those trees that are kind of surrounding it, the trees have all budded with these beautiful flowers across the whole top, creating this like canopy across the top of the grove where the sun doesn't even reach inside the grove any longer. The wildflowers have all scattered across the ground and kind of grown up over the woven trees and branches and the archways that are kind of all throughout this grove. This came not of early last week, and it wasn't long after you guys left. And I can feel her presence once more.
Looks so much healthier. It's so beautiful. I've been
I
able
just
to.
know in my heart that I have you to thank for this.
Well, me and quite a few others. It wasn't just me, but I'm surprised. We helped Maeve, we did, but I felt like I didn't get to the root of the problem, so to speak, no pun intended. I couldn't get a hold of, him.
What exactly transpired? Where'd you guys go? What happened when you got to Maeve's Grove, in the Yilkovar Grove?
You're gonna have to remind me, Matt. I can't do specifics like that on the bat.
You're fine. We'll just say you fill her in on the information.
Yeah.
A wondrous story. I can't even imagine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if there was anything going on with my armor at the moment.
Aurelia kind of like looks down, and though there's not, but kind of like stares at your breastplate and kind of like sticks her hand out and puts her hand on Maeve's tree that is kind of in the center of your breastplate. I knew this would find its way into the right hands one day again. See, she's chosen a new owner. While I do miss it, it looks good on you.
Thank you. I'm doing my best to take care of it. And it's taking care of me, so.
It protected me in my time. I hope it does the same for you.
I do have to ask, Freya, like I was saying, we did what we could with Maeve, and I'm so glad to see that everything is healing and assumedly going in the correct direction, but I never got to the source. I never got to the Verdant King, and I'm just wondering if you think that this could happen again, or what I should do. I feel like we let him slip through my fingers.
It's hard to say. The Verdant King won't be expunged so easily. I can tell that you and your friends you've grown quite a lot since we first met. And as you continue to grow, I know that you guys will come to find the strength. The strength to resist his will. Resist his temptations.
I think I've been doing better.
I don't know.
If nothing else, I've learned to embrace it morbidly enough.
Don't know where your path's going to lead you. But from what I can tell, you'll be able to handle it.
I can't thank you enough, Freya.
Please, all of you, 5 of you, don't need to thank me. Need to thank all of you. Because of you, I think our village is going to make it. I think the forest will start to grow back. And I even have a few new recruits to join the circle of the druids here.
That's amazing. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I've been learning to embrace my gifts, I guess. and I'm excited for those that choose to follow this path. I think they're going to find a wonderful life in it.
Just remember, the Verdant King might try to remind you that, try to trick you or deceive you into thinking that it is his power that grants you your strength. That strength comes from within. Don't let him deceive you. Don't let him tell you that you are only where you are because of what he's given you.
You know what? I've thought about that actually, and if he really truly believed that everything that I can do has come from him, he wouldn't have run. He would have just taken it away if he felt threatened. So, I don't want to say I'm emboldened, but I'm a lot more confident at where I'm at.
You carry it well. Well, we shouldn't be gone too long. I do want to get back and make sure we have food for dinner prep tonight, and the way those boys of yours drink, I'm assuming I'm going to need to find some wine for dinner.
Can I help with the wine? Or the food? Or the wine?
You're more than welcome to.
I'd love to. I give Akari like a thumbs up, like checking on him, like, you good?
Shit, the only thing Gam can think us with is that motherfucking cornbread.
Cornbread!
I'm about to fuck it up.
Oh my god. Alright, is there anything anyone else would like to do before we fast forward to dinner?
Might actually stab a man for cornbread right now, no cap.
I know, Akari, you mentioned you might want to go talk to Emmett or one of the other scouts.
I'll quickly catch up with Emmett and, jeez, I forget her name.
Elijah.
Yep, that's the one. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. I'll just ask them, they haven't had anybody fall into the traps.
Well, no, we set up quite a few of the traps, but the only thing we've caught in them is animals.
That's why they were made non-lethal, but I'm sure that you took care of
They
the
made
final
for easy
strikes.
dinner.
Right.
It's been strange. We've been... Well, I mean, what we can do. The village leader, Kaitos, doesn't seem to trust us all 100% yet, so we've tried to show our usefulness where we can, so Elijah and myself have become somewhat of scouts, kind of like we did for Trasana, but more for the surrounding areas here. It's been ominously quiet in the surrounding areas. Almost like I mean, you guys have been through the wilds here, through the forests, right? You've seen the amount of crazy animals that run throughout here, right? I'm not crazy, huh?
We have. No,
yeah, I
of
mean,
course not.
so tell me why we go 3 days without seeing a single animal, not a bird in the sky. And that's strange, right?
It is strange. Tell you what, you can choose who you want to follow, so hear my words and then make your own decision. If Kaitos is in the way of you serving Sangara the way you feel you need to serve Sangara, then take me at my authority and do your job as you see fit. And if there's any beef from Tythos, I'll deal with it.
I don't think he's necessarily in the way. He's weary of people that aren't his kind.
Don't let these people restrain you from protecting these people.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
we won't, and Stradmu and Thadmul have been... Oh god, they've been a godsend. The palisades and the traps, the concoctions those two men can come up with are...
There's something.
Yes, they are.
Well, keep up the good work. I heard tell that some of the scouts, I'm sure you, maybe it was you, but maybe you've talked to others, and checking out what's going on to the northeast with Andraxis. Do you have any news?
Well, we caught sight of a ship that was on the outskirts, and you said to the northeast, but we found the ship towards the southwest. We were scouting for food that day, hunting down some of the elk and the deer that run throughout the plains, and I don't know how to describe it. It was a ship, but it had these large black fins down the sides and moved across the water with no sails, almost propelled in a strange manner. And I could have sworn I saw Andraxis at the helm with a multitude of other men on the deck.
Do I have any idea what the hell he's describing?
Fortunately, no.
He was just able to sail like that freely. How far out in the water was he?
A few miles off the coast, but the way they were heading, they would have...
He got good eyes if you could see him at the helm. Fucking, you got a spyglass on you.
I mean, Andraxis is a very large red
I'm kidding.
tiefling.
I was out of character, sorry.
But they disappeared over the horizon, seemingly leaving the island, if I had to guess.
Interesting.
I guess he found whatever he came for, or... I don't know.
No, he found a way to come and go as he pleases. Maybe that'll be something we'll have to take advantage of. Thank you for telling me. Anything else real fast? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be curt, but I'm on a bit of a schedule. Don't want the stew to burn.
Oh, no, you're fine. Are we having stew for dinner tonight? Was that what everyone's having?
Yeah, there's Gam Gams. I figured you would be invited. Did you not get an invitation?
I don't want to impose. His mouth is physically salivating.
By all means, it's good to bridge the gap. And talking to people of the city or the town is a good first step.
Well, Frelia has been one of the few that's been very inviting of us here. Even
You'll have an opportunity to talk to others, though, and the best way to ease tension is to get to know each other.
I think some of the other those that have been shipwrecked here for a while are actually been learning from Frelia, learning the ways of the druids, and starting to take up some of their practices.
It's an enamoring way of life. I won't deny it.
Well, I guess I won't keep you, but I guess I'll see you later at Frelia's place.
You will. And I'll turn and walk out.
Okay, boy.
Got some zoom eyes, bro. I got spy glasses for days, scoping Andraxis out near the horizon.
It's more like a mile offshore, but it's hard to gauge a mile.
No, of course. I make no assumptions. Perhaps the curvature of I'm forgetting the name of your world right now is stronger, so there's less miles to the horizon. I don't know. Akari doesn't know.
Anyone
Earth's
got
flat.
anything else?
What do you mean?
I'll say, Kothar, do you think it's worth shaving? I don't know how I'll do it, but
I mean, are you trying to look presentable for someone?
I mean, no. Not in the specific sense.
I think you look rugged with the beard, you know?
Sure.
It
Okay,
adds a
maybe.
certain layer of kind of authority to your jawline, really. It accentuates your jawline.
I thought maybe it would make the jawline softer.
No, it's... see, I thought it would have too for you, but I think the way it grows, it just kind of accentuates.
Alright. I don't see myself all that often, so... Well, not
That's
here
fair.
anyway. No. If you say so. What about the cuts? This one, I think, would scar pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's... Besides, I mean, if you ever really need to clean up, you can just, throw like a shirt on, and you'll be fine.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could also wear like a very loose, flowy one, and just kind of like hint at the fact that there might be scars under there.
You want to know something crazy, Kothar?
Hmm?
I don't remember the last time I wore a shirt.
I can't remember the last time I haven't worn one.
Right? No shaving then, but definitely a wash.
I think we probably all should.
Yeah, absolutely.
DM, can I get a little bit of time in on my skull after I finish bathing the burnt off me?
Sure. Say those that have anything they'd like to work on can get, let's call it 2 hours.
I'm gonna take my studded leather that I had worked so lovingly on and continue to work on it. I've got 13 hours and 10 minutes in on it, and you said it was close.
You are
Is
close.
it possible? Is it possible I could get it done in 2 hours?
DM,
We'll see.
is it possible I can huck the needle of mending over to Fane?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have a needle of mending.
Does that help?
I'm just trying to clear out my inventory over here. I don't know if it helps.
I don't know. You can read what it does and decide for yourself.
I think it genuinely would assist, but it also was sold by Maeve, so I have no idea if it's just like
Maisie.
useless or not. Oh, that's right, Maze.
This enchanted
Okay.
needle and thread can quickly mend any tear, hole, or run in any garment, or any tear or hole in a person. Any tear or hole in a person?
Granted, they can sit still long enough for it to pass through.
I want to start sewing my heart back together.
Your heart?
It doesn't specify physical holes or tears. I'd
Okay,
like to repair
well,
an emotional hole.
It is. It does
Hang
not work on
hang
emotional
Akari
holes.
first. Akari first.
It does not work on emotional holes, guys.
Resident
Move over
sad
there.
robot.
Move over, metal man. It can't pierce that skin.
I will find a way to come back from this. Mend! Mend! Feel good! No, I'll use the needle of mending and say thank you. Okay, this will be helpful, I think. I hope.
Isn't that what the alcohol's for?
That too. That's good. That's
It's
important,
temporary.
actually.
That's a potion. That's a potion of mending. Its effects wear off after 8 hours.
Less than
You're
8
getting
hours.
8 hours?
Yeah, 8
I
hours.
don't know.
That's
Okay, 4 hours in sleep. 2 hours. I don't know.
depends how long to keep it up.
That's what she said.
How long do you... Yep, that's... Thank you, Hex.
God.
4 hours. Let's go.
All right. Kothar, remind me how much time do you have into your skull after the 2 hours?
23. 23 hours.
So, you guys finish up what you need to for the few hours you have before, and the time rolls around as the sun begins to set over the horizon, and you all go together at Frelia's tent. Some of you are already there, some of you coming back from spending some time to yourselves, and some of you, or I believe all of you, would have at least taken the time to clean yourselves up. Unless someone
Yeah,
tells
I'm
me
working on that.
differently.
I'm working on that motherfucking cornbread.
In what oven?
The one Fairley's got.
Damn, no
The-
oven.
She just casts a
No, it can't be Grandma's
flaming-
house if the oven
She just
isn't
uses
on.
flaming sphere and
If I
cooks
go into
it.
Grandma's house and the oven ain't on, I'm 360 and walking away. Negative, sir. There's an oven in Grandma's house. I'm working on that cornbread.
360 is the same direction.
That's the joke, but yes,
Ah,
you got
The Dutch
it.
oven.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could.
As you all gather in and enter setting here.
Seek friend and enter.
Matt, did I finish the studded leather?
Nope.
Fuck!
Sorry.
15 hours in.
23!
Hey,
It's
how,
okay.
Hollowing out a
You-
skull takes time.
Do you guys in chat want to have a laugh at my expense? You say 15 hours. I say, how long have we been at this? 24 episodes? What's that like? A lot of in-game hours? Just realized this whole time I've been wearing my leather armor.
Why do you think I'm trying to finish this studded, man?
I literally have not been
You
wearing
guys are
my-
getting armor?
I literally have not worn my leather armor this whole campaign. My AC
Oh,
is
like
now-
it's just been in your inventory?
It's been in my inventory but not equipped. My AC is now 17 instead of 16. It's not.
Oh shit.
It wouldn't have like saved my life.
It might
Well,
have.
Well, yeah, it might have. You're right.
Because
Yeah,
you've,
you died a lot.
you've died a couple times.
Fuck you all. God
died
damn
a
it.
lot.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, that's embarrassing. I was just scrolling through my inventory. I was like, oh, that's not highlighted. Oh, I'm not wearing it. Does it do anything? And I checked it and it gave me 1 AC and I'm like, fuck. I was literally hoping that I would check it and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
But it sure did. And I'm going to fess up so the audience and you guys can have a laugh at my expense.
Ha 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 ha.
Hey, man, he gave me counterspell arrows, okay? I'm about to fuck his whole day up.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm
Might
making
I
it.
add that while Zamira is dirty, she is never stinky because she has her constant breeze going around her, so it keeps her from getting sweaty and having body odor.
So you're like those,
okay.
you're like those wall outlets with a fan on you. It's just your stink is everywhere.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
why-
she gets dirty but not stinky.
Is that why Zamira was getting smacked around so much last fight? She was concentrating too much on not stinking instead of fighting.
Yeah.
Bro, she doesn't keep sweat on her body. It rolls straight off those fucking rock hard abs. That
Mhm.
shit just goes away like damn rain eggs.
It's like a shower.
Yeah, I
of
scotch
stuff.
guard my body. It just all comes right off.
She's just
Okay.
covered in baby oil.
That sounds like a really fun implication.
As the 5 of you, one by one, find your way
He's trying to
to
move the scene
Frelia's
along.
tent, you enter in. You find familiar and welcoming faces. Gregor, Ezra, Stradmule, Thadmule, Patrin, Emmett. But as you're kind of looking around Fane, you see Yalis has not yet arrived. So you guys kind of sit down, and Frelia looks. Well, Emmett caught quite the catch this morning, and she sets out a large platter of a massive venison steak, like multiples of them for each of you. I have seasoned all of these and prepared them. And we have some fresh vegetables. And some cheese made by your lovely friend here. And she also helped me gather up some wine from a couple of different people, and she also mentioned that you guys enjoy this jungle juice that this woman from the other village seemingly makes, so I bought a barrel.
Matt.
Yeah.
Where's the cornbread? Give me that cornbread.
There's no
Describe it.
There's no cornbread.
Fane will be seeing that Yalis isn't there. I'll go.
Bro, you only live
Wait,
like 25
wait,
minutes
wait.
away. I can get up some shit in 25 minutes.
Hold on,
Just
Fane,
saying.
get into that. So as you guys are kind of like sitting there and setting out all of the steaks, and she's setting out all the steaks, setting out all the food, setting all the places, and she goes, "Oh, is Yalis joining us?" and kind of looks to you, Fane.
I wouldn't if Yalis isn't there yet. I would be waiting outside.
Okay. So if you're
Because,
so you're entering in, see he's not there, turn around, go outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
As you exit and look out, you can see Yalis is walking across the field, but towards Frelia's home. But he's not dressed in party attire or normal attire. He has on all of his normal battle gear, his normal leathers, his weapons, his longbow, and he's carrying the life essence blade in his hand. Sees you standing outside and kind of takes the blade, throws it at your feet. I can't accept this. If I'm going to take it, I'm going to take it the way it's meant to be. By tribe rules, I have to win it in combat. And he draws his blade.
I accept. I will show you no mercy.
I would not wish you to. But I would not be able to live with myself if I just took it as a charity.
Very well, Yalis. Let the blade be the prize. And I'll pick it up and just throw it down, like point into the ground so it's standing up like a crucifix. Does he have wings?
He does.
What are the terms of the combat, Yalis? As the challenger, you dictate.
The first blood.
First blood. Very well.
So we can either just run this as however you want, or we'll roll initiative and see what happens.
If it's to first blood, initiative means everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't technically half HP bloodied?
That's the first one to draw blood.
Right,
It's like,
but the way
it's like fencing. It would be the first one to have landed a fatal blow, but then pulled it back at the last moment.
by D&D terms, we'll say it's half health, because the way HP kind of works is how long you can go in combat, not how much damage you've actually taken.
Okay. Then initiative.
Okay. Would like you to go ahead and roll initiative then, please.
What's dinner at Grand's without some family drama?
I'll say before we start, I'll say, Yalis, a witness must be present.
Oh, he yelled all this, so everyone inside the tent could have heard it.
I see.
I'll walk out.
So I guess that depends on if you guys walk out or not.
Oh yeah, eating a whole bowl of food watching.
Give me 1 second while I find Yalis's stat block.
Ready to be cheerleader for Fane.
I would like to cast Ethereal Step and get a ethereal piece of cornbread in my mouth as I walk out through the tent. Since you won't put cornbread in this motherfucking dinner.
Sorry,
If you want cornbread that bad,
As we walk out,
I
can
do.
I
I
ask-
actually.
I want to
Me
lean
too,
over
though.
to Kidai. Hey, Kidai, do you still have those herbs that you were putting in our food a little earlier? I think this could use a little extra,
the magic event?
Yeah.
Do you think he needs one?
No, I mean, I want one.
Oh, you want one? Yeah, here you go.
Alright,
I
found
will
it.
subtract that. There you go.
I will eat the magic laughing herb.
Matt,
Yes.
I still have so many of those, you guys.
I assume I could have gotten a short rest somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Should make sure.
So, what'd you get?
22.
You beat him with a 21.
Nice. I will. Does he have a shield?
He has just a scimitar. He does not have a shield.
Then I'll drop mine. And I'll circle with my whip. And as we start the combat, I'll start circling to the right slowly. Just moving in a slow circle. Getting the measure of him.
Got it.
And then I'll hold my attacks. My attack action for him to approach. I want to hold a tripping attack, or 2 tripping attacks if I can.
Yeah, make sure attack action. Oh,
Yeah.
I think if you're holding that, you can still get your 2 attacks. Yep.
Mhm. Yep, so I'll hold that and wait for him to be within 10 feet.
So, as he kind
I
of like
want- I
sees
wanna
you
be
sitting
about-
there,
I want to be about 20 feet away from him
Okay.
as I'm circling.
sees you sitting there, and you're like circling around him, and he sees you kind of like readying your battle position with your whip in hand. He takes his scimitar, draws it, unfurls his wings, and as fast as he can starts charging at you. As soon as he gets into 10 feet, go ahead and unleash your attacks.
Okay. Where is my whip? I don't know why it's not equipped. That rhymed. First one's a natural 20.
Damn.
Second one's a 13.
13 will not hit.
Okay. So it's going to be... He needs to make a... It's going to be a tripping attack. So...
Strength save?
He... Strength save of 17, I think.
Natural 1.
So... He takes max damage. He takes 17 points of damage.
Did you already do the max damage? Because it's
Yes.
Because it's a crit.
Yeah, max damage plus I rolled a 6 on the dice, so it's 12 plus 5. 17 damage on the strike.
Gotcha.
And he falls prone on the ground.
Plus your superiority dice.
Oh, right.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, so another 8 plus 1, so plus 9, that's 26 points of damage on that strike.
Got it. 26 points of damage total?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Slash.
No, that doesn't make a difference, but...
Second attack would have been an advantage.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah, so... Roll another d20. You had a 13 on the second one.
It's a 13 again, unfortunately.
Alright. It does not put him below half, but not looking great. On his turn, he's going to stand up, or that would have been part of his turn, so half his feet to stand up, another 5 feet towards you, and he will take his 2 attacks against you.
If it's half his movement, he can't get to me, can he? Because I hit him when he was 10 feet away.
10 feet away, but he's moved 10 feet, so he would stand
Oh,
up.
but his...
So he would
half
have
his
10...
movement
Yeah, it would be 10 feet, so it's half his movement to stand up, so 10 feet towards you, because you said 20 feet away, so then
Right.
he would have 20 feet of movement left, so then he would have to take 10 feet of movement to stand up, and then he'd have 5...
It's 15 feet of movement.
Right,
to
but either way, he still has 5 feet left, which he can use that 5
Oh,
feet.
and then his reach is 5 feet. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
So he'll then take 2 attacks against you. First one's a 24.
It's
Second one is a 26.
Hits.
I rolled really high on both of those.
Skilled swordsman over here.
First one is holy shit, gotta do math. 8 points of slashing damage. Second one is 9 points of slashing damage, and he's going to action surge.
Okay.
For 21 to hit.
Hits.
For 5 points of slashing damage. And then a 17 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
And that will be his turn.
I'll accept the blows and sort of accept a change in position to move in again and start striking. I'll stay engaged in melee, but still continue to circle, and I'll take my first attack as a tripping attack.
Go for it.
Roll people dice today. It's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay. So he needs a DC. Let me double check the save. Real quick. It's a DC 16 save.
Goddamn, natural 1 again.
Nice. Okay, so that's 13 points of damage. And he is prone.
Correct.
And I will attack again at advantage. This time. That's another natural 20.
That's gonna put him below half.
So I will blow everything. Sneak attack, dice, so on and so forth. I get sneak attack on it because I have advantage.
Correct.
Battlemaster dice.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. So that's 8 plus 6 plus 6 is 20, 25, 28, 36 points of damage. That's right. I'll just like, as I like pull his legs out from under him, I'll like hold his arm and like pull him to the ground and then snap the whip down across and like bind him up around the neck and then yank him up and like grab him around the neck as I kind of pin him. And then I'll, as it becomes clear I've got the, first blood,
Yeah.
I'll pick him up to his feet.
Kind of like
If I would,
spits the blood into the ground next to you.
is this who Yalis is?
I'd like to think I'm a little out of practice, but
But Yalis is a man of honor. A man who couldn't take something without it being fair. Is that who you are, Yalis?
it is. I couldn't accept a charity from someone. It wasn't mine.
Then you have my respect. I know you will earn this one day.
When the time comes, I think I'll take your father's lead. Your father's example. I'll venture out into this world and make something of myself. I won't stay here and just day in and day out live my life. I'll see the world. I'll be somebody. And when that day comes, I will challenge you again.
I'll pick up the blade. Back into my possession. And say, I would hope it would be no other way. And I respect your decision. We plan to leave this island soon, and I would be honored if you would accompany us.
If you have room, I would love to join.
If we do not, we will make it. But for now, you fought well. Let's eat.
He nods. Well, I think they're waiting on us to eat.
Indeed.
Standing awkwardly by the door with a piece of ethereal cornbread hanging out my mouth.
There is no cornbread,
It's ethereal cornbread, Matt. I found it in the ethereal plane.
except it wasn't there.
Can I say that I made him cornbread?
Sure,
You
Gina,
only live 25 minutes. Thank you. She saved me. She saved you.
saved
Saved
me.
your life, Matt.
Sure you did.
You're
I
gonna
know
come down, come and burn your bathroom down.
Yeah, that's right.
You already did that once.
I know your garage code, sir.
You act
And
like
I'll
my
do it
door's
again, Chief.
I'll send your dogs loose on every single vegetable you have in that whole ass kitchen.
unlocked.
No shallot is safe.
Damn, your shallots even?
That's right.
As we
Not the man's shallots.
Fuck those shallots. No more
Okay,
cold bread.
guys.
It's war.
as we go into the tent, I want to find Kidai.
She's coughing.
I'm here
Are
though.
you
I'm here though.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
too much
good
of
at-
that. Too much of that magical herb.
Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Listen, anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Oh, I'm okay. What can I do for you?
Listen, you remember the token we got, the bird token.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
The bird token.
The bird
You-
token.
Dwayne.
The rook.
What?
Johnson.
The rock.
We got a bird token last session that can summon a 200-foot wide bird.
Oh, I remember that. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Yeah, you guys named
couldn't
him
get it. Okay.
Dwayne the
I'm
Rock
here.
Johnson.
Yes,
You-
I understand. I understand now.
I'm sorry, it's the accent. Sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay. Understood. Yes.
We haven't met this bird yet. I think this would be a good time. Let him loose. Put on his show.
I've got a lot of invitations, and I've got a if that's what you want, I can, yeah,
As I see Kira about to do this, kind of just like, well, Kira, maybe outside Granny Grand's
Outside.
house.
I was gonna say that I was on my way out. Sorry.
And I'll say, before she goes outside, I'll grab Fralia and I'll say, grandmother, would you like to see something wondrous?
Matt, I do want to clarify that this isn't just a one-use thing. Like, it's a one-use daily thing.
It's a one use as many times a day as you want. It just can only fly so far every day.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to
Yeah, I mean,
clarify that we weren't just about to like
You
pop
can
it
technically
and
be
never have
600
it
feet
again.
in the air, drop, and then because it died,
Right.
and you can just respawn it.
Right. So yeah, Kirai will take the feather out of her pocket, and just like staring at it like it's gonna do something dangerous. Just walk. Everybody, you guys stay back. I don't really know what's gonna happen. You guys stay over there. Stay over there.
Okay.
And I'll just like back away, looking at them, but like looking at the feather at the same time. It doesn't say that there's like a word or anything that activates it. I'm just gonna look at it really hard. Just holding it in front of me, like,
as
and thinking about birds.
you grasp the feather token in your hand and begin to focus on it, you can feel the arcane aura that kind of emanates from this token. And as it calls out to you and you kind of call back to it, you kind of hold it into the air. And there's a bright flash of light. And you guys just see this almost rocket-like
before that
shape
happens.
shoot out of this light. And as its wingspan extends out 200 feet, you see this massive multicolored bird with a red beak that kind of fades into blue and falls down its back, with its red and blue feathers just kind of fading down across its wings as it flies through the sky. Before it comes and just starts hovering, flapping its wings above. You hear people screaming, yelling. People in the town start to kind of panic and run about. They have no idea what's going on. But you just see the group that is with your kind of dinner party sitting around, staring on in awe.
Oh my god, it's like 5 times the size of Zeltroy.
Oh God, I'm gonna make that dragon eat
I do
you
want to
guys.
clarify that I have the bird. Like, the bird is with me. I am not the bird myself.
Correct.
Okay. Hi, Dwayne.
Absolutely beautiful.
How are you?
Just kind of like flaps its wings and stares back at you.
I can talk to it though, right? Like, I mean, I know it takes a second.
You could speak with animals, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take a second to like be able to talk to it and introduce us all, because I feel like that's necessary. We just pulled him out of a feather, and he doesn't know us at all.
If she doesn't have the spell, I'll spend 10 minutes ritual casting it.
I don't know if she does.
Yeah, I don't think I do, so that would be great.
But
I
I
mean,
will spend the 10
he
minutes
understands
ritual
you.
casting.
He just can't respond.
Wait, can you cast it on me or no?
No.
Oh.
Self.
Shit.
So he-
Self and only as a ritual.
He understands you. He just can't respond.
I don't have it today. Yeah. So even though Kothar is going to be able to understand him too, he can kind of translate.
Mhm.
I'm Kirai. You came from this.
And
You're very
just kind of
beautiful.
like nods his head like he knows where he came from.
We named you Dwayne. I hope that's okay.
Just kind of like, ah.
This is a Kare. I'm kind of yelling because he's real tall and
As
I'm
she
not
points at
very
me,
tall.
I'm just absolutely horrified that I'm about to get swooped up in talons. Because I can't
will
understand
say-
what she's saying, or can I?
She's talking in
No, I'm
common.
talking normal.
Oh, okay. I'll just
Hold
kinda,
on. I
Like,
do just
raise
want to
my
read
bow a
something
little
real
bit.
quick.
Say, regard the bird, or
I
regard
can
Dwayne.
dismiss the bird as an action.
Bedrock
Okay.
Johnson.
I want to fly. up and-
And that one over there, the bigger, very buff Fane. That's Fane.
You look like a Dwayne.
I hope that's not offensive. And the pretty one over there with the air and the swirling, that's Zamira.
I'll
Kira,
just-
ask him his name.
Bow.
His name is Dwayne. I can't do anything about that now.
No. Ask him his name.
Is Dwayne okay? Do you have a different name we should call you? Kothar, are you done yet? Oh, that's Kothar.
I forgot this is all without speak without animals or speak with animals.
That's
Whoops.
Kothar. He kind of looks. He looks. You know, a little scary, but he's very, very nice. He's a big guy, but he's a big teddy bear. Teddy bears are like these soft things that you get as a child. I don't know
Oh,
if birds
boy.
have them.
Gorthar will, if possible, attempt to commune with the nature faster to get the spell done. Just ever so faster.
He sure attempts, but it doesn't go any faster.
I mean,
So to be clear, for 10 minutes, it's just a giant fucking huge ass bird in the sky.
Do
just
I have?
eyeing all of us?
Yep.
No, he's on the ground. He's on the ground in front of us, as far as I know.
He's
so,
hovering in the air above you guys.
Okay, I don't have any of this written down, but what do I have as far as food on me? Like, what kind of rations and food do I have? Do I have fish of any kind? Do I have, like...
Sure.
big.
Yeah. You can give her the whole fish. Her? Him? Doesn't matter. You
No,
can give-
Dwayne's a her. Dwayne's a her now. It's
Sure,
canon.
sure. You can give her the whole ass fish that Gam Gam made that's inside the tent.
That's venison.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
Rocks
I'll
eat
just
meat.
take everything out. Just kind of
Oh, that's good to know, Fane. That I'm
lay it in
safe.
front of her.
I think we should give it they pronouns.
Love her.
Yeah.
Love them.
They're the best.
Kothar will ask in a moment what his preferred pronoun is.
Just,
What-
just everyone shush. The longer you speak, the hotter it becomes.
That's what she said. Anyway.
Yeah, well, please.
And Kidai, just in her nervous wreck mantra, is just babbling just about everybody. And we're all friends here, and we're gonna keep you safe if you keep us safe, and everybody's gonna be okay. And
Zamira will go out and, like, I want to get as close as I can and hold up my hand, like, reach for it and see if it comes down so that I can touch it.
Listen, we don't know that yet. We haven't owned horses in this campaign.
Just kind of like cocks its head and
we will not leave this
kind of
bird
like
behind.
lowers its body a little bit so that you can touch it.
I'll just, like, gently stroke it. No jokes.
You went there before I did.
Close your
A
hand.
single stroke
Close
joke.
the hand.
I'll just, like
Kothar, your spell finishes.
soulfully touch it.
Oh my god, thank god. The hammer pulls you off.
Emma pulls you off.
Hello. It's wonderful to meet your acquaintance. I think you all know our names by now. What can we call you?
You called me the Rock.
Okay, The Rock. Wonderful. How are you doing?
Just peachy.
Just, I want to be like so invasively close to Kothar, like just trying to discern what's going on.
I'll be translating as this happens. This conversation takes twice as long.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. The spell lasts. Oh, 10 minutes. Okay. It takes 10 minutes to cast and it lasts 10 minutes. Jesus, what a trade-off.
Dinner's gonna be cold, brother.
Listen, when this is done, this is gonna be 20 minutes plus
Speaking
the
of,
9 seconds it took him to whoop his buddy's ass. I'm eating.
speaking of, what's Gam Gam think of all of this, Matt?
She's just kind of like looking on in awe. She's starstruck, basically.
How are you again? Sorry.
I'm
Peachy. No, sorry. Sorry. You said Peachy.
I'm fine.
Ask him if I can have one of his feathers.
Can we? Oh, no. Far too invasive for the first meeting. No.
Like a third date sort of thing.
Yeah, that's at least a third feather pull kind of a thing. Is there anything we can get for you right now?
Are we going somewhere, or did you need me?
No, I think my friend Kidai just wanted to kind of do like a little show and tell. Also, I imagine it's kind of nice to get out of the feather every once in a while. You know, stretch the wings. You know.
I did also
not-
just want to meet you so that
She did just
you know
want to
who
meet
we
you.
are and
I'm
and
not
you're not
really
scared.
trapped inside the feather. It just kind of summons me from another place.
Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, that makes me feel so much better about the whole like morals and ethics of this whole kind of conundrum. So honestly, fantastic. Good from you. Are we taking you from your family right now? That's even worse. Hold on.
For dinner
Hold
time.
on. Did we interrupt dinner?
Rock eat their own young.
No, I mean, rocks are very solitary creatures, unironically in lore. So like, ugh.
You're fine. I was out for an evening flight.
Why?
He's a grandpa. He just takes strolls around the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, does it look old? Does it look young? Like
That's like a
Hard to
euphemism,
judge.
Never mind.
I feel like
Okay.
this rock is a retired mail carrier.
Can I-
Just walk.
Does it look like anything large in the
Kids on my
sky
Yeah,
has...
there's a giant rock in the sky.
No, like, does it look like anything's drawn notice or come near his
Nope.
huge fucking presence over the city? Like, he's not attracting baby dragons
Well, I
or
imagine
anything.
he's
is
still
he?
like pretty low. Like we're talking to him. He's not like hundreds of feet in the air.
I mean, a dragon could see him. I feel like if they were looking over here, they would see a giant fucking bird.
Why are you
That's
inviting
true.
danger? But have a
We-
nice dinner and you're asking if there's danger.
I'm just
Like-
checking.
You're manifesting it.
We're like a week's walk away from the dragons. I think we're okay. And
Well-
Kothar, what's his name? What did he say his name was?
Said his name was Dwayne, like we called him. He said we called him Dwayne. So,
Are we sure it's a he?
I imagine.
Ask
Dwayne,
him.
do you have preferred pronouns?
What's
are you,
a pronoun?
Are you more of a? Okay. Are you more of a he, him, she, her, they, them, he, they, she, they?
Tell you right now, the
Eh.
intellect of a rock is a 3, so he has no clue what you're talking about.
Gotcha.
Do you-
What I'm
ask
talking
him.
about.
Do you lay the babies or fertilize the babies?
Yeah.
Pronouns are just rock.
Pronoun
It's
is
just-
the Rock
Dwayne pronouns the rock.
Johnson.
Wow.
We can still call him DP.
I hate you so much.
Anyway, it's very nice to meet you. Would you like to stay with us for dinner, or I can send you back if you'd like.
Kind of like nudges his way closer to the tent while knocking over like torches and braziers and other various things throughout town because of how massive he is.
Okay. Let's take a step back.
He takes a step back
Maybe
and just
knock
knocks over
the
a
fire.
pillar.
Don't knock over the. You gotta stay in the open parts, the big open fields. You see, you know, these are friendly people. We don't want to hurt their houses.
It's a real life juniper.
Oh my god. She's sleeping though. Should we, Kothar? Should we send him back? Does he?
mean,
Do they
maybe.
want to stay?
Maybe just for now, you know?
Okay.
It sounded like
Is it gonna-
It, sounded like... It doesn't
gonna
hurt
be
them. Plus, we
offended?
gotta eat dinner. No, I think they're gonna be fine. You know, honestly.
We should give him a treat though, right?
Do you have a treat large enough for that thing?
Do I have a wheel of cheese?
He's a snack.
I'm gonna say no. A wheel of cheese takes a long time to make.
Can I druid craft a wheel of cheese?
I don't think that's how Druidcraft works.
She could
That
good
big-
bury it up.
We could start now, but we'll have to milk something.
Can you ask him if he could lay eggs to help feed these people?
When
No.
when Fane says milk something, I just look over at Kothar.
Mommy milkers.
God.
Mommy? Sorry.
does.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
Sorry. I'm gonna take just an X amount of fish that were in my rations and kind of like present them and let it eat and then say my goodbyes and then I'll dismiss it.
He kind of like reaches down, eats the food, and then as you dismiss it, he just kind of like there's like that small flash of light, and then he disappears again.
Jesus.
That was terrifying!
Raya kind of looks like that was amazing.
Agreed.
Next time, let's make sure I can talk to it before we do that.
Patron
It was
kind of-
almost like being in the presence of a dragon.
And DM, I'll mosey on over and snuff out some of the freshly burning grass from one of the knocked over braziers.
Patron kind of walks over to you, Kothar, and kind of like nudges you in the arm. Is that how we're getting home?
No. We're taking a little more traditional methods to get home. You know, I think that maybe, you know, you ever had, nope, we never did back in the night. Nope, never had, like, an Overwatch, so, that'll be new, but we can have one of that.
Be interesting.
Yeah. For sure.
We'll definitely see them before they see us. Should it come to that.
Gods, I hope.
Oh, how I long for a sea battle again.
You know what? I think it's one of those things that sounds really cool in your mind. I think you're not going to enjoy it nearly as much in practice. To be fair, I don't want to rub salt in old wounds. What happened last time we had a sea battle? We both thought the other one died. I don't think that ended too well.
You're right. Best that we just make our way home and hopefully live out the rest of our days.
I'll tell you what, maybe we can charter like one of them like trade vessels that gets like attacked by pirates, you know, when we get back, and like we can have the sea battle, but without like the danger of like, I don't know, the ship getting pulled down by like a maniacal sea titan. With all luck, it'll happen. Listen. Have you seen the dragon on this island?
I have.
We're gonna get absolutely dominated on the sea. Listen, Patron, I can feel it in my soul.
Not by the dragon, though.
I hope I get pulled down by something other than the dragon, and I'll walk away.
Yeah. I kind of bump into Kothar as I try to squeeze past him to go in and get more of Kidai's cornbread.
The jungle juice keg is much lighter, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah. I imagine Kothar's been hitting it and giving it to Fane too. So.
Sure,
I was
definitely.
gonna say, I'm gonna post up by that jungle juice after that stressful bird encounter.
I want to find Ezra. Is she drinking?
Ooh.
Ezra is definitely drinking. But
Wow.
she's drinking wine and she holds herself well.
That's the right type of drunk. That's the right type of drunk. I want to make a pass.
Okay.
Just walk up to her and say, flirting in D&D, damn it. I'll just walk up and I'll say, Ezra, how does the evening find you?
Finds me well. I enjoy a good glass of wine with a well-cooked meal. Amongst good
What
friends.
I was going to say, what about a fine wine, good meal, friends, and a handsome companion?
She kind of smirks a little bit and looks back at you. Do you remember what happened last time?
I remember that your eyes were so entrancing that I nearly forgot myself.
Something along those lines.
Indeed. Listen, I'm nothing if not a repeater of mistakes, and I'd we'll have to see what happens if we try the second time.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm burning the stuff for this one.
Ooh.
Zamir's gonna swoop in and steal her from you.
I'm gonna
good.
fucking watch with my mouth just open, just gaping at the entire scene.
Oh,
That's a 27.
Zamir was not doing that. I was joking.
We can share a drink. But don't think it means anything more than that.
Oh, I don't think the drink means anything else. It's what comes after the drinks.
And we'll kind of let your conversation go on for the night, however you let that go.
No,
But
no, I keep going until we fade to black, Matt. That's how this
there is
works.
no fade to black because she ain't giving it up tonight.
There's no fade to black, Matt. Then please keep description. Go for it. You want to talk about more pages of the book, Matt?
Forge
No.
new pages in his long sword of love.
She will flirt
speaking
for
of-
a majority of the night, but unfortunately Ezra will not give it up at this time. She is a tough nut to crack.
But a nut.
That was
That
Matt. That was the worst phrase you could have.
Yeah.
Damn, Matt.
I will.
He's
I will
one hell of
be-
a nut.
You should be proud of that one.
I will be not like worshipful. Like I won't be doting.
Yeah.
I'll be like standoffish and coy and a little bit austere, like in just like that sort of playful banter way. Because I think that would appeal to. Appeal
We're
to
all in
business.
here, right? Lothar, are you seeing this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, but it looks like it's kind of working.
I don't think it's working. What's your bet? Are they gonna, or what do you think? If you were her, what would you do?
If I was her,
Or him? Or them?
fair, yeah, well, what's the wager?
A good bottle of wine. Can I steal a bottle of wine as I'm saying this?
There aren't really bottles of wine here. It's more like homemade wine. But
Okay.
I think,
enough.
I don't know. I gotta put faith in my boy. I think Fane's gonna come out on top.
I think Ezra's playing a long game. I really do. Do you think she's...
Think what?
Do you think she likes Fane? Or do you think she is more of a Zamira person?
Same question, DM.
I mean,
make an insight check.
they're both wonderful people. I don't
And I-
know what
and I
they're
also-
insinuating.
I want to insight.
You guys can make separate ones. You guys can make separate insight checks.
I'd like to make an insight check, but I'd also like to just see like if this is going well or if she's just entertaining my bullshit.
Sure.
22.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Uh,
Not only do you find out her sexual preference, you find out the number of partners she's had.
She's got little
Oh.
tattoos next to her eye, teardrops.
you get the sense that Ezra is definitely entertaining your bullshit, but she's interested at this point. Get the sense she probably goes both ways.
Oh yeah.
Same hat.
Same hat.
So let me clarify. So she's into it.
But she's just playing along right now.
Okay, so she's just engaging in the banter, but she's not like put off by my forwardness.
Yeah.
You're cute right now.
Your foot is in the door. That's all you need, Chief.
I'm gonna throw one last desperate pitch. As the night, I don't know if you had something else planned, but as the night gets,
I do have
light-
something towards the end of the night, but we'll get to that.
Okay. As the night gets light, I'll say to Ezra, just after this like warm, funny banter, whatever I say. I say, listen, Ezra, it's been a lot of fun on this island, don't you think? I mean, of course, dangerous and terrible, all those things, but fun in its own right, don't you think?
It'll be a fun story to tell when we finally make it home.
Indeed.
Wrong
But when we
voice
get
there,
home,
but whatever.
everything will go back to normal, and it will be just that, a story.
I don't know how
I-
normal things can go after spending, I don't know, months, a year, years. Who knows when we'll finally return home? But
Maybe soon. Soon, I promise you. Soon. But
I think that isn't really up to you. I think that's more up to our two dwarven friends.
I think it's up to whoever decides that their will is superior. And I think we want to go home. That's not the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is, wouldn't you like to put an exclamation point on this story? Make it really a story to tell.
Maybe someday.
Very well.
She kind of like takes a small bite at her lower lip and begins to like walk away.
Nice. Even though that was you, Matt. Good job. I thought that. I'll let her go and I'll just sort of laugh.
Does anyone have anything else before I go to what I have planned for the end?
Have we established who was the winner between Kothar or I?
That's up
She's
to
just
you.
not biting.
That's up to you guys.
But like at this point, she's just still not going for it. Yeah.
Hard to tell. Your insight check led you to believe that she was interested, but it does not seem like she was ready to give it up yet.
Please stop saying give it up. Like it's
Yeah, that's
Kothar,
nasty,
I
Matt.
could use that bottle of wine. No.
I mean, I don't think you won the bet.
So what's the worst that could happen? You buy a lady a drink?
I mean, if you're just looking for drinks, we have jungle juice.
We do have jungle juice. You're right.
Would you like some of the rum? I think it's a little bit left.
You still have rum?
A little bit.
Take a little.
Saving it for a special occasion.
Oh no, then that's yours.
I'll walk up at this point and say, how are you all doing this evening?
Good. We're debating the merits of rum versus jungle juice. You know. Would you
Yeah,
consider this a special
It
occasion?
really seemed like rum was going for the jungle juice pretty hard, but the jungle juice just wasn't having it. Like she was there to party, but she wasn't responding the way that the rum really wanted her to, you know?
I don't think I understand what you mean by rum.
Why are you mixing rum and jungle juice?
Why wouldn't I?
It's what kind of you just drink them
Rumble
both?
juice? Rumble juice.
Rumble
Listen,
juice.
listen. That's mine. When we get back to the mainland, I'm patenting
when
that.
we open the tiki bar, Kothar's
Oh,
rumble
you're
juice.
right. Kothar's rumble juice.
Rumble juice.
Rumble juice.
I'll be your bartender.
think
I
you'd
will
make a
also be
wonderful
your bartender.
Since it's jungle juice, why wouldn't you call it Rumble in the Jungle?
That's also good.
That's also really good.
Second opinion. We got two. Hey, listen. We have Rumble juice, and then we have Rumble in the Jungle, which is the mixed version of Rumble juice with something else.
Hold on.
To be decided.
It's like 3/4 jungle juice and 1/4 rum, as opposed to 50-50.
Guys, this is a good
That's what I was
retirement
gonna
plan.
say is why isn't Rumble Juice like one mixture of rum and jungle juice, and then the other one be the opposite. You get your strong choice and your mild
Because if we're
choice.
50-50, what's opposite 50-50?
You're gonna mix them all 50-50 for your patrons.
No,
The
no,
other
because
50-50.
one is
Oh.
50-50 and one is like 75-25.
Okay, so how about one is 1/3 1-3, and the other one is 3-1?
Okay.
So like rumble juice is
That's exactly
like
what I was just
one
saying.
part. Yeah, I know. I'm picking up what you're saying, Chief. I'm extrapolating upon it. You know, your idea was so good. That's what we're going with.
More like it's so good you're appropriating it, and
Yes,
okay,
for monetary value. Yes.
got it.
Yeah, Chief. Don't worry.
Can't
I'll
have
pat him
shit
on the
in
back real
Singara.
hard.
I don't think that this is the most.
I got
let's-
Zach. Targeted hook, line, and sinker.
Regardless, kid, I usually prefer rum. Honestly.
Something a little stronger then.
Indeed. Unfortunately, it's in short supply.
Ah, won't always be. Just for now.
Just for now.
I saw you and Ezra over there. How'd that go?
It went very well.
Good. Good.
What are you watching, Ida?
Pardon?
What are you watching?
I was watching you and Ezra.
The whole time?
Oh, not the whole time. I'm just interested.
Why?
That's a good question. Maybe I wish that I could do the same. Maybe I wish that I could have the confidence to walk up to someone and shoot a shot.
Same hat.
Kidai, I'm not a confident person.
I disagree.
Confidence is a fallacy. Discipline is the more important factor. Tell me this, Kidai.
Mm-hmm.
What difference is there between walking 10 steps in the middle of a field and walking 10 steps towards a person you find attractive?
The destination.
That's actually quite poignant. But physically, there is no difference in what
They're
your
the same
body
10
does.
steps, is what you're saying.
It's the same 10 steps. All you have to remember when you are scared is that you are in control of your body. You decide what you do.
Learning that more day by day, I think.
Yeah. It's your decision. It's your choice what you do.
Well, I
Confidence.
commend you.
Huh?
You make it look easy.
I'm well practiced at this point, I suppose.
It makes sense.
You should practice. Well, someone in this room, there must be someone you find attractive.
A non-zero percentage.
So you don't have to tell me, but this is a good exercise, Kida. Go to
Okay.
that person and say something nice. Start the conversation.
I'm going to flip up my hood so it covers my antlers. Turn around, find someone I find attractive. Like, literally, we can roll the dice for it. Like, just a random person I find attractive.
You know
and
everyone that's
walk
in
up.
here. You tell me.
I know everyone that's in there?
Yeah, this is friends and
Yeah,
family.
Hmm.
So without the family in this case.
Yeah,
we
well,
all-
We
Some
don't
family.
stand that.
It's not my family.
Spain's family.
Yeah. Yalis
The
is
title
probably
of the
pretty good
episode
at
is
that.
Sweet Home Alabama, baby.
Sweet.
Who's the person I've talked to the least? Like, just give me somebody that I just have not interacted with, Matt. That is attractive.
I guess that depends. How do you feel about Dragonborns?
Kita,
Sure.
why don't you pick? Don't make the DM pick for you. Come on.
I was trying to make it random. Yeah, is there a Dragonborn?
Kothar's former captain.
Going
Nope.
straight for daddy, huh?
Nope. That's not gonna happen.
Nope. Okay.
Uh,
Yalis,
will-
Emmett, Ezra, Breger, Stradmule, Thadmule,
And the rest
Freya.
of us.
and then the 5 of you guys. And Yalis.
I will walk straight up to Ezra, look her dead in the eyes.
Uh-huh.
I really like your shoes, and then I'll just turn around and look at Fane,
I give
Like-
a thumbs up.
waiting for approval.
Yeah, it's great. Cool.
And then I'll like tap her on the shoulder and walk back.
Why would you tap her on the shoulder to walk away?
Like tap tap bye.
Let's say,
Yeah.
okay, Kidai. Okay, let me ask you a question first.
Yeah.
What did you want out of that? What were you hoping to accomplish?
I wanted to accomplish the goal of you telling me to compliment someone that I found attractive.
Okay, so maybe we should have been more specific. When you approach somebody, it's usually to kindle communication. If you want to sleep with them, you're trying to go there. If you want
Oh, the goal is to sleep with them.
Well, it's
Well,
the
if that's-
start of a conversation, not just that, and
Yeah,
then
you don't kindle a relationship or even a romance by saying you have nice shoes. It's a
I
great
did like
start.
her shoes.
And that's true, that's great. But what you have to do is follow up. You have to do the things. You have to talk to them and build kindred. You have to build that. You can't just say. "Oh my
Build
goodness,
it.
it's a great
Build
start."
it. Build it.
Honestly, it's a great start. But remember what you're working
Okay.
towards.
I'm gonna ruminate on that.
Yeah. No,
Uh-huh,
you did great.
yeah.
You did great.
You know, I've only done the small village thing. You kind of know who you're interested in, and they
Yeah.
kind of know you. So this big world of lots of people, I'm gonna figure it out.
Listen, kid, I know you were afraid to do that, but you did it. And that's the difference between what you would call confidence and not having confidence. You did that.
It was 10 steps.
10 steps. Very good,
like
kid.
9 3/4.
Proud. I'll lean past Kida and give. I'm sure Ezra has like a bewildered look on her face. So just
She
throw her
does.
a quick wink. Throw her a quick wink and just kind of like, that's all right.
Kind of like nods as she's taking a drink with her with her wine.
I want to slide up.
Was she wearing
Akari.
shoes, DM?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Can I slide up to Akari? Hey,
Yeah.
do you have any idea how to compliment someone?
In what
Like-
way? Like, and I kind of walked away from that conversation, but they were talking about like how to like compliment and more, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
I don't know exactly. I've never done that sort of thing, but I saw people in my tribe, relationships and whatnot.
oh, okay.
I've seen it. I've observed it from the outside. Why?
Yeah. Any advice?
Depends. What kind of scenario are we talking about here? Are we talking about that or?
Don't worry about it. We'll save it for later, and I'll walk away.
No. You don't get away that easy, big man.
Yeah.
Come on.
If I'm
Or-
close enough, am I close enough to hear?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Go, thought you don't get away that easy. It's very likely we're gonna die in the next few days and never make it off this island. Come on.
15.
Well, that'd be upsetting.
Hear bits and pieces of it.
I want to butt in because Fane has trouble not giving advice. I'll just say,
God.
Kothar,
Mhm.
compliment, say something nice about something they chose, not something that they didn't choose.
Okay, so the goal is to say something nice about something that they've chosen, right?
Because they can't choose the way their eyes are or their face, but when you compliment their clothes, their choice of the rest, you're complimenting not just their clothes, but who they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're reaffirming their taste.
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Your conversation. I'll leave.
No,
Thank you.
no. Hey. Thank you. I think that answered the question that I wanted.
I would have told you that, but I didn't get the chance.
I'm sorry. That's where I talk too much. Okay.
You're fine, Fan. Just hey, give it 20 minutes before the next couple jungle juice, eh?
It's okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm just looking out for you.
I'll grab Fane by the shoulder and I'll just. Thanks for looking out. You know?
But I was a little drunk, so it's like a death grip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I'll do it back ineffectually. Like just grab like the shoulder cap. And say,
I will take one step
How he
back. Just the
reached up.
sheer,
Did you guys see that?
the
He was
sheer
like,
manliness that is in front of me right now. I'll take a step back from the sheer power.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I'll just look at him in the eyes, like, and sort of like my vision will drift a little to the left as I like totter a little bit.
That's a bold
Say-
assumption. He's staring in your eyes.
like looking up, and I'll say, "What did you say? I'm sorry. What did you say?"
Yeah, it's fine. You know what?
All right.
Have
I'll
my
just
back.
sort of-
It's all right.
I'll just sort of grunt.
Gothar will take all of this into consideration.
Thank you. This was important.
It was. Thank you.
Just like sort of like awkwardly, just like turn around.
Mhm.
Okay, look, Kothar, I don't want to make this about gender, but I gotta be the key guy of this side. Who's your... Come on.
What?
just, every once in a while, by the way, just taking Fane's direction and
Oh boy.
following up, as he called it. I'll just look over at Ezra and like thumbs up and like point to her shoes and like thumbs up, following up.
Every
Like-
single
like
time
you
she just
told me.
like nods at you with like a weird look.
You're a great wingman because you're making me look great in comparison.
She's gonna sleep with those shoes like beside her for fear of them being stolen. Like... I mean, you don't
This
have
He
whole
to,
said
time-
follow up.
you don't have to tell me, Kothar, if you don't want to, but I'll try to help where I can if you're trying to
No, I think. Don't worry about it. You know.
try it. Man, it's literally showing through your scales. Like, I can see how flustered you are.
That's got to be an odd color combination.
Yeah, it almost looks like you're molten inside.
Oh, that's disgusting. I am so sorry you have to look at that.
No, like in a heartwarming, melting kind of way.
Oh, like molten, not like
Yeah.
molting.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Ow. I mean, I went through a lot of molting in my youth. I just, like your teens, people
All
make
right,
fun of you. For
Let me
it. Okay.
rephrase what I tried to say, shall I? I was trying to say we could be dead in a couple days. So what I was saying was we could be dead in a couple days. You should tell me. Let me change that. Could be dead in a couple days. You should tell them. Because the moment could be lost pretty quick.
I'm right here, Kothar, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, bud. I'm just gonna pat aimlessly at whatever's behind me.
I'd like to believe with your luck, Kothar, whoever it is probably reciprocates it too, but is too afraid to tell you.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, that's enough advice from this sad man. I'm gonna walk away.
Okay, goodbye.
Yep.
Clink, 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 clink.
I just sound like
It's
a bag of
racist.
chainmail. Yeah, that was pretty...
I was gonna say, Kothar says that out loud.
This whole time, Zamira has just been like so awkward by herself in the corner because she doesn't drink and she does not flirt with people. So she's just been sitting there.
Zamira, come here. Zamira. If I gotta bump my nose in it at this point. Zamira. Zamira.
Yes.
Come here.
Yes.
Come here.
I'll saunter over.
Don't look
She has
at
no
me.
patience for drunk shenanigans.
This will help with the condition, the medical condition you have. I'll pour her like a glass of jungle juice and hand it over.
If I can hear this, if I'm within hearing range, I will toss one of the bag of herbs like behind my back to Fane. like knowingly to give to her.
Sure.
Do I catch it? Probably miss.
Make a sleight of hand check.
I could probably throw it bad, to be fair.
At
I'm
disadvantage.
not doing
At
well.
disadvantage.
All right. That's gonna be a 7.
You don't catch it, but it does drop to your feet, just behind your feet.
And I just nod at you with very strong eye contact.
Drink this, Zamira.
I do not drink. We've had this discussion many times.
That's a sort of idea permanent, right? The idea that because something was, that it has to be that way always. Today is the day where that don't changes, Zamira. Take a drink and you can change a piece of yourself.
I have no need.
You don't know that because you've never partaken. You don't drink, and how could you know how sweet it tastes until you know the nectar you miss?
I have to be
Zamira, what do you
ready
know?
all the time.
What do you know, though? What of the world have you seen that you know so much that you know for a certainty that this could not bring you some small measure of joy and contentment in this lonely, dark, cold life?
I don't find this life so dark and lonely.
Well, then you're not looking hard enough. Take the fucking drink.
No.
Because of how boisterous Fane is being, I will kind of shout over. Zamira, I'll take watch tonight. So it's your choice, but that's not me suggesting you should. Just don't feel like you have to. Keep watch.
You don't have to drink either, but I'm merely suggesting a potential course of action. A possibility in a great fractal of possibilities that you could partake in. And try something new.
I'm all for trying new things, just not unnecessary new things. I can enjoy all your company without imbibing.
You are standing awkwardly alone in the corner, Zamira.
You were merely participating in things that did not interest me.
There is no cure for this malady, Zamira. You are a hopeless stick in the mud.
I think I'm quite enjoyable.
Zamira, you just told us that you don't have any interest in partaking with us, enjoying our company. You say you have no interest in us.
What does it say about you that unless someone drinks, they can't enjoy your company?
It says a lot, probably, actually. But this conversation, you don't get to turn the mirror on me.
Seems like I did.
You, Zamira, you are a wise woman. Incredibly wise and perceptive. I merely suggest that perhaps there are pieces of life. It is the wise man who knows he does not know, but seeks to answer questions. So try a sip, a glass.
These are questions I do not need answered.
To be so close-minded and yet so young.
Can I
Is it
hear any of this?
Make a perception check at disadvantage, because you've been drinking all night too.
That's true. I cannot.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna offer a solution.
I would like to come up behind them as the conversation kind of hits like this slow point, and I want to pick both of them up on my shoulders, kind of like center of the crowd style.
With how you better be the center of the room for that, because of how tall you are and how tall Fane is, that's like pushing him up into the top of that tent.
I'll tangle my horns in like the tent poles for sure. I'll go for it.
Angle horns is such a euphemism. I can't explain why, but like it definitely is.
You
As
got
I
antlers, kid. You better watch out.
Hey,
Oh my.
as I picked them up, I want you. Listen, Dr. Kothar has diagnosed you with stick-ass-itis. Prepare. Listen. I just have one more thing to say. Two things to say. Sorry. Number one, we should also have fun. You know, it's a relaxing night. Who knows when next time we'll get to hang out with Granny is? You know, get to enjoy the jungle juice, as it were.
She's drinking. Friday has
She's
been-
drinking.
Oh yeah, Gran's pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Wait, why did I slip into Calvert? Yeah, she's had a few. I've watched her.
The doctor has spoken, Samira.
I was having quite a lovely time.
It's a
This is the-
prescription. Are you going to neglect your medical professionals in this economy?
You're on an island, Samira. All pets.
Samira will pick up the cup and pretend to drink it, but like throw it behind her shoulder.
That's the spirit drink.
You're on Kothar's shoulder. It goes like
Goes like
No, I'll
dribbling
throw it
down his
back
back.
It goes 10 feet down to splash some poor bastard in the face.
yeah, it hits Kidai for crying out loud.
Yeah, opens her mouth.
She's like looking at
Kida's
Ezra.
there
and
for it.
she's
She supports her.
Listen, the only other thing I wanted to say is, aside from the, Doctor, whatever. Have you guys seen Kidai's shoes? Kidai, your shoes are looking pretty nice, you know?
Oh, my
Yes,
shoes,
good
thank
shoes.
you. I think
Yeah.
I made these at some point. I like, are you wearing shoes?
Yeah.
Is Kothar
I
wearing
like
shoes?
your shoes.
No, actually, probably Kothar wouldn't be wearing.
I like your
I was gonna
feet.
say his mini's definitely not wearing shoes.
Don't say that.
I like your feet.
No.
too
Thank
Your
specific,
claws
too
are well
specific.
manicured.
Very nice. Hey, you can try my shoes on if you want, or I can try to make you some.
Bro,
If you like them.
I'm good, thank you.
It's like
And if
Kothar's
that, I
pinky
kind of-
toe.
those shoes would
turn it on,
literally
look
look like
up.
a pancake when you're done.
I'll
If-
look up at Fane and I'll like,
You did great. The exchange, beautiful, beautiful.
While he's
Wonderful.
talking to Fane,
Now
I
we
want to
do.
look at Zamira. Anything they give you, I'll drink and give back to you empty.
I'll like sneak her my cup.
Slam
sleight
it
of
and give it
handshake.
back to her. Just go. Woo! And you'll be fine.
I'll give
You
her
got
like a fist. I'll give her a fist bump.
Oh. Well, as
It's,
go ahead.
I'll look down at Kothar and I'll say, it's got to be so far up there that you'd need 2 doctors to get it out of there, more than we have the capability to do. It's going to take a serious surgery to fix this infection. She's got this malady. Stickasitis.
Actually, Fane, she finished her cup.
As she did, but she's still the same.
Then give her another one, and I'll wink at Zamira.
I see no reason not to. Give me the cup.
I'll
just-
sneak it down to her.
And go woo. I'll be like, go woo, go woo.
Woo!
DM, how big is this jungle juice keg?
Size of a keg, like a 55-gallon drum.
All right. I'll start challenging Fane to a drinking game.
I'll join in on that.
Okay.
Wait, I want to come.
Fine,
Zamira,
everybody's invited.
You are a newly minted woman. Would you like to join us?
Can
for
do
the
nothing
game?
private in Gam Gam's house, I guess.
No, you cannot.
I'll lean over to just go woo. That's all you gotta do. Go woo. That's all you gotta do.
I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back, and Zamir will just like leave the tent.
She's going to break the seal so early. This is not one.
Well, as shenanigans ensue and you guys start your drinking games and everything, you can see that Patren and
Matt's been sitting there for 40 minutes like, I have a thing prepared.
hold on. No, I
We
got
haven't
you.
had role play in like
Thanks,
5
you
weeks
talk
because we've been in a
about
dungeon.
Y'all are done fucking around.
No, you're fine. I'm
Something
loving it.
happened.
It's hilarious.
I have one more thing I want to, like, as we go to drink, I'll lean over to Kothar and I'll say very loudly, I say, you like Kidai's shoes?
I mean, you said compliment something about them that they could
And it-
change.
Is it just the shoes, or is it all the way from the shoes to the antlers? If you catch my drift.
Let's start with the shoes.
Just the shoes.
let's process that right now. You know.
I mean, you keep the vision in your mind, Kotar, what you see your life being, and then you start with the shoes.
We'll start with the shoes.
Start with the shoes. Pants
Yeah.
next.
Hey,
Those-
Kothar,
Yeah.
just give him a nod.
I'll give
As
him an over-exaggerated nod back.
as they're
Head
all
butts the table.
entering their drinking game, can Zamira sneak back into the tent, but she wants to walk over to Ezra?
Sure, why not?
Mrs. Steal Your Girl.
Everybody's taking a shot at Ezra tonight.
I'll walk over to him and be like,
The village bike.
God, it's like Cress is in the house.
Tell me about it.
I see that you have your fair share of admirers, but you compose yourself very well in the face of it.
Way better than I like your shoes.
There's a time and a place for everything.
What's your time and place?
When I'm not marooned in an island.
Well, I mean, some would say there's no better time.
In a place where danger works around every corner.
Isn't that the
It is
fun?
not my time.
Matt, you need to give it up. I'm sorry. She won. She won. What's your time and place?
That was hot, dude.
That was the spiciest thing I've heard all fucking week, and it's been a
I'm
week.
fucking sweating. I'm
I
sweating.
was-
Look, those two boys down there have had a week. And it ain't saying it's been a week.
It's been a long week, and that's the spiciest thing I've heard. I've been places. Let me just tell you. I ain't gonna go into more because it's goddamn Twitch.
I mean,
I once spent a day in Saudi Arabia and I was less hot than right now. It was
Zamir about to
169
get this girl pregnant.
degrees.
I'm
I'm wet.
inexperienced, but
She likes
always
your
yearned for a teacher.
Zach, you're
Make
missing
a
the left
persuasion check.
hand.
I'm not very good at those.
DC lower than her guard right now.
You missed.
Oh my
You missed
God.
possibly the best thing
Oh
ever.
no, that's an 8. It was almost a natural 20 and then it rolled over.
I think you mean 28, 38, 48.
Can I have it at
69.
advantage? Can I
Take
have it
that
at advantage?
advantage.
Matt, peer pressure.
I'm sorry, my dear. Not tonight.
So a different night.
Cut your losses. Just hit it again next time. Hit it again next time. You got it. You got the cracks forming. Gotta bring the hammer.
She takes a drink. Maybe another night.
Take another
that.
drink, maybe tonight.
I gotta defog my glasses, guys.
Okay.
That was
So now-
some spice.
And I'll go sit back with the group and ask Fane, where's the stick now?
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're ready to pull it out, I continue.
Matt, how do I worship you as a religion?
Why?
That entire 10 minutes, that was so fucking good.
10 minutes? That was like a half hour.
No, just Emma. Just Emma.
Oh.
Well, it's a good time to end the session.
It's not.
Most not. Just kidding.
As you
Moist.
shenanigans ensue and you guys have your conversations, your drinking games, you guys continue to berate Zamira to have a drink.
To no avail.
Patrin and Breger kind of getting a little rowdy and getting a little drunk themselves begin singing a very uplifting and familiar song, one for you, Kothar, at least. A
Goddamn.
sea shanty that almost all sailors know. And the various sailors and those that have found themselves shipwrecked on this island all, in turn, begin to sing along. And I have it here if you guys would like it.
Would you like to sing it for us?
I will
Yes.
do my damnedest, but I am not a singer.
I would love to hear it. And if I know it, and I also am not gonna fuck it up, I'll join in. I don't know if I'll know it though.
I stole it from somewhere, so you might. But
Okay.
kind of
Probably
doubt.
not then.
I stole it and adapted it, I should say.
Oh well, then there's no way I know it.
Yeah, highly doubtful. Gather up
Also, I'm
all
sure that
of
would
your crew.
sound-
It's time to ship out for places new. Sing winds blows to where, who knows, the waves will be our guide. Or across the ocean wide, rays of sunshine far and wide. Birds they sing of cheerful things in circles passing by. Bid farewell to Weaver's Town, say so long to Port Renowned. Sing along, it won't be long before we're casting off. Cross the broken seas, across a salty spray brings us to ease. Day and night to our delight, the voyage never ends. And they just kind of sing that over and
Hey.
over and over again.
It's pretty good.
Hey, hey,
Get it,
hey,
get it, get it.
hey.
Yeah, we'll all join in the revelry once we get the cadence down, or at least I will. Sorry, I shouldn't speak for everybody.
And the night goes on and on until eventually people start to pass out. And people come and call their night to an end. People return to their tents. A few holding on to one another as they drift and sway back and forth from the copious amounts of alcohol that everyone has consumed. Brelia weaves beds of flowers and tall grass with her druid craft for all of you to lay on. Lays down
Love.
mats and various blankets for each of you on top of them.
And Gam opens up that linen closet and it's just like it all falls out. That's how it always is at Grandma's house, and it's the best.
They all
Nice.
smell like mothballs.
Yep, and you're sleeping like a fucking king that night. Real quick, DM, I would like to pull out the Book of Remembrance
Mhm.
and jot down 2 memories. One's very simple. Us and the other people that were at the dinner, looking up at the Roke that had been summoned. The second I would keep a little private. I'm sure you can figure out what it is, though. I'll return to one of the memories of a half-elf male, human female myself, all seated almost as students in front of a half-orc female, all in very tribal dressing and garb. That's it.
And with that, all of you lay down for your bedding for the evening. No need to keep watch unless somebody wishes to stay awake.
I don't have a choice.
You have a choice.
He just watches us all sleep.
I will keep watch, as I told Zamira I would.
And each of you may get your long rest. One that is probably needed for most of you.
Oh yeah.
That
thought
long
the
rest gave me
necromancer was
111
more-
hit points.
I sleep the worst, most snoriest, most uncomfortable sandy sleep. Just like dust in every craw.
Do we wake to the smell of bacon?
You do not.
Then it's not Grain's house.
That's right. No cornbread, no bacon? Shit.
She could be a vegetarian pretty easily.
If I wake up to the smell of tofu, I'm gonna be pissed.
Bacon, sausage, eggs, biscuits, and gravy.
So gravy, baby.
Gravy, 6.5, baby.
Some toast.
6 and a
Damn.
half, baby.
So, each of you awake, feeling well rested. What would you like to do today?
We're gonna go fuck up Tristana.
We wake up. I gotta wake up. Ugh. My head hurts, actually. I think
Mine
that's the
feels
first
fine.
time. mate feels fine. I'm so happy for you.
DM, I would like to have scooped up the bag that Kedai threw at Fane, and I will.
I was gonna say, can I give everybody a
I will
bag to help?
Fuse it into some of the tea, and as I'm making tea in the morning, I'll make sure to hand Fane the one that is infused with herb. Nobody else is infused here. Just Fane. Be like, here, this will help.
This feels illegal.
Well,
you do gain one temporary HP.
you were about to do it to Zamira under the order of Kedai. So.
No, I wasn't suggesting anything. I was suggesting that as an alternative.
Last bag at him.
I was suggesting it as an alternative to drinking. I was trying to offer
there,
her,
like, get her
options. I was trying to offer options. That's all I'm doing.
Listen, this happened to me the first campaign I played Matt's World. Now it's your time, X. Congratulations. Welcome.
I feel good. So
For the audience in real life, we don't condone lacing people's drinks with anything.
No, we do not at all.
I guess we ride Dwayne to Trasana and
Fucking chat. Kedai mutters about shoes in her sleep.
we go kill the fellow from Trasana. We kill everybody in Trasana? Just the fellow in Trasana.
It's not everybody.
I think it's the fellas.
The fellows.
No,
Listen,
those are
the
in
homies,
Paris.
The Felloweens.
I think there's 3 of them.
It is Udella, remind me, DM, Xavier and Lowell.
Telephone.
Give me 1 second. Let me
Yeah,
stop over my
telephone.
notes and I will tell you.
Xavier and Lowell. I have them starred, so I assume that that's correct, but I'm not
It
sure.
sounds correct. I know you got 2 of them correct. Lowell, Xavier, and Udella.
Yeah, Lowell. Yep. Yeah. Sorry. What did I say? Lowell? Anyway, yeah. Udelafon, Xavier, and Lowell are the 3 leaders of Trasana, and they are, again, jog my memory, damn, it's been a long time.
They're bastards.
They're like literally deceiving the people in Trasana and making them feel like they have to stay and that they have to live by those rules, and it's all a farce.
That's more or less what you guys have come to know.
Right. Good enough for us to kill everybody.
Did everyone from the party stay at Grand's house like a slumber party, or did they go home?
Just the 5 of you.
Mm.
Oh, also, shit.
okay.
I totally forgot to say, Akare, before dinner, if we can do timey-wimey stuff, for fuck it, I'll do it now.
He also hit on Ezra.
No. I will share everything that I learned about Andraxis and the mysterious ship that he was sailing on that seemed to defy logic, and the fact that he could seemingly leave the island and return whenever he pleases.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to share that, but that is party knowledge.
Good to know.
Also that none of the scouts from Trasana have run into any of the traps. It's been quiet, strangely quiet from Trasana, and that the denizens of the forest have also been strangely quiet. So I will either share that if you retcon it back then or now. I suppose it really doesn't matter.
Whenever.
If we come across Ezra this morning before leaving, Zamira will avoid all eye contact with her. Because she's never hit on anybody before and her pride's a little hurt. She's a little embarrassed.
My pride's hurt, but not those abs.
Kothar. While everyone's kind of going through their morning rituals, and your guys are gathering your things to travel out for the day or whatever you're doing, hear a familiar voice or a familiar feeling in your head. Come to the outskirts of town. Come alone.
Where do I remember this voice from?
Sounds familiar. Make an intelligence check for me to see if you know exactly who it is.
2.
Oh.
Deadass, I've never rolled above a 10 on one of these.
I know, it sucks. It is
I'm not
familiar.
even dumb.
I know. It is a familiar voice. You can't pinpoint where you know it from, but you know it's someone from this island.
Fantastic.
And you wouldn't... Kothar would know that there's only one other time where someone's spoken in his mind like this before.
Yeah, sure. I'll go to the edge of town. whichever direction they asked me to.
As you make your way out to the north side of town,
Make it way.
are you going alone?
Yeah, they said go alone. Why not? I sound trustworthy.
You go about 20 or 30 yards outside of town and come around a hill, and kind of leaning up against one of the rocks is the familiar sight of the human man, the leader of Tristana Udelafon.
Oh, fuck.
I was worried you weren't going to come.
I have that a lot too.
Why do you guys have to turn everything for me?
Udelafon.
You said it. You
You don't have to take it that way, though.
Don't.
Matt, you set us up. You
That
do
you
it on
wouldn't have
purpose.
arrived. That you wouldn't have listened.
Whatever.
You put out horny bait next to horny traps, and we walk into them, and you're like, "Oh, I wonder why they're fucking horny all the time." It's because you say shit like "come" 95 times a session.
Or put your tongue
I
on
don't
it
think so.
instead of put your finger on it.
Okay, back to it.
You came.
So you showed.
Oh, he changed it.
Let the man have something. Let him keep going.
Yeah.
I think you and the people of Singara, and us, have common ground. A common enemy.
And that would be?
Well, you want to rid the dragon, do you not? So do we.
I have a tough time believing much of anything you say these days. You know? Just call it a professional courtesy.
Have I ever given you a reason to think that I've deceived you?
Yeah, quite a few, honestly. Let's start.
And where did I personally deceive you?
You know, you've never quite rubbed me as an honest, upstanding citizen looking out for the well-being of your other Trisonians.
What kind of leader would I be if I didn't look out for my people? I am here asking for aid. I came unarmed. By
That
myself.
Sounds like one of us did.
Simply making a proposal. Your forces and our forces. We join sides. We have a common enemy. We could rid the dragon of this island forever. Then we go our separate ways. You guys can return home. I can stay here and peacefully live out my days as the king of my people.
Sorry, friend. I don't think it's in the cards for you.
So you'd rather have bloodshed?
No. But I don't think you're gonna leave me with much choice. Honestly.
Well, if you don't want to help, what else am I to do?
If we're all there, I just want to like walk up and put a hand on Kothar's
Kothar.
shoulder.
It's just Kothar.
me.
Just Kothar.
What could you do? What?
You have to talk a little louder, Bob. You're cutting out.
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm talking to myself mostly too. Listen, Adolphon, let's be honest with each other. I think we deserve at least that. Do you know what you could do for me?
I do.
You do. You know what you could do for me?
I could bring your friends back to life.
Wonderful. Do you know what else you could do? Because for a brief moment there, I was thinking maybe that we could walk away. However, see, now you've done pissed me off. You could die, and I'll take a swing at his head.
He would have at least
Reckless.
kept a bit of a distance from you.
No, I know. Yeah, I'll close the gap. I'll rage and I'll reckless.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh boy.
Actually, roll initiative as you're running at him because we got to see if you get the jump on him before him.
DM
Natural
question.
20. 23.
Oh.
Oh, you beat him out. He's got an 18.
DM question. You said 10 to 30 meters. Now I need a number. Because what if that number is this times 3? Plus whatever it takes us to get there.
What do you mean?
You said he walked like 30 meters outside of town? Or outside of the walls?
Outside of town. So,
What was it? Was it 10? Was it 30?
about
I don't
30.
think we know. I don't think.
No, I don't think we would know until something crazy happens, but I just want to know in case something happens. Also, I'm trying to leave my boy high and dry out here.
First attack is a... Jesus. 27.
That'll hit.
9 points. Second one was a 18.
18 will not hit.
Okay.
So on the 18, as your blade kind of comes around, you slash into him, and on your second hit, it comes around. And he just reaches up and grabs the blade. Now, this is neither the time nor place. Just remember, these people's blood is on your hands.
And
And
soon
with-
your blood will be on mine.
And with that, there's like a ball of flame that engulfs him, and he disappears.
I'll walk back to town.
Easy enough to do.
I'll find everyone else. I will explain the situation that just happened.
He wanted to offer us a deal.
I mean, listen, I can throw him pretty far, and I trust him about half as much as I could throw him.
I think you mix your metaphors there.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I think you made the right call. Especially, we still have to kill him. Especially now.
I mean, not that I was particularly afraid of him, but there's good news, and I'll hold up the axe. He bleeds.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah?
It's a stupid quote, that.
I'm so confused by his tactics. The idea of him wanting to make a deal means he's afraid of something. But now he would be expecting our attack, and we've lost the element of surprise.
I
He's,
mean,
he's afraid of what he thinks he can't defeat, and what he thinks he can't defeat is Zeltroif. But he also realized he can't defeat us either.
true.
I'm
We
not
don't need him,
super
and we
sure
don't need
that's-
his friends. We need his people. But his people need to be able to make that choice.
But
Not
now he
force
will be
upon us.
expecting us.
Doesn't matter. We'll win.
It does if we're walking into a trap.
We're walking to a town of people who prescribe to something they don't understand they're being misled upon.
But we don't fully understand his level of power. We don't know what he could have planned for us, and he most assuredly has something planned if we show up there right now.
What choice do we have?
We can do some reconnaissance. see if we can potentially surmise what he has planned. But I think just walking in there is foolish and asking to die.
Who said anything about
I'm all-
walking?
I'm all for going in there, but he has to be expecting us to come. He's not just gonna lay in wait. He's gonna have a plan.
Nice.
See, but like, you know what they're not expecting? They're not expecting Dwayne.
A rock.
He cannot fight for us. He is merely a mode of transportation.
See, but here's the thing. We fly low and fast on Dwayne at night, and then we just drop directly right on top of it. Like, we just find where he lives. We drop on top of it, and we just, like, in the middle of the night, you know? The good old bars of soap in a pillowcase.
Just like the Nazgul thinking when they're stabbing the pillows when they go in looking for Frodo.
Not quite getting the reference, but yeah.
Wait, what?
If it's what the party wants to do, I think we should at least scope out the situation.
Potentially. We could have Dwayne fly over, and I could just, like, if we get close enough and Dwayne flies, I can just kind of see through Dwayne's eyes. And we can just figure out what's going on there.
He might attract a bit of attention.
Yeah, but if I think if he stays high enough, he'll attract attention. But if he stays high up enough, at least, you know, he won't get hit.
Could Kidai send a smaller, more innocuous bird?
Yeah, actually, I
She
could do
could.
that.
Yeah, we could have Dwayne get us, like, close enough that they're not going to see us walk, and then Kidai send something.
I
Assuming
think
you're
also
alright with
if
that, Kidai.
anybody sees Dwayne, they're not gonna, want to mess with him.
No, I know, but I think we need to keep the element of Dwayne's surprise, you know?
They might be on alert and think they're about to be attacked if they see a giant 200-foot bird.
No, you're right. You're right.
We definitely don't want them to, forgive the metaphor, smell what we're cooking. We don't want them to smell what the rock is cooking. You know?
That's fair.
No, I caught that. That was
Hopefully
really
he's
good.
cooking bacon, because Grand sure as fuck didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That's my grandmother, by the way.
Listen, I
Our
think the
grandma
plan
now.
is the rock gets us real high up, and we just drop on them. You know, we get the literal and metaphorical drop upon them.
Then that's the plan.
I'm fine with this.
I can't fall from very far.
I'm saying like maybe like 10 feet.
Can you
10, 15
Can you
feet
hold
above
on
the
to
roof.
Zamira? She might help you slow down.
Theoretically, I could like hold you and cast levitate and like lower myself with you, because I think you might affect my feather fall.
You have feather
But I-
fall?
She's a monk.
Yeah, but you have slow fall, not feather fall.
Same thing.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing. Feather fall, you could fall from literally the stratosphere and be okay. Slow fall, it doesn't matter.
Same
You're having a day.
concept, different length.
You're becoming a pancake if you fall from the stratosphere. Feather fall, you're fine.
But I could use my levitate to lower us slowly.
Okay, I thought we were talking like Halo jump here, like
No.
So did I.
high atmosphere. Yeah. Okay.
I'm talking skimming the treetops, baby. I'm coming in low and under the radar.
We come in very low, so they can see us for the longest possible time, and then we just hit the ground, get off, and fight.
Go.
Hopefully kill.
This is dropping us in the middle of a ring of combatants,
Yeah.
and without the possibility of. My concern is, we need to do a two-parter here. Take out the leadership, I agree. But secondly, educate the people that they've been misled so that they come to learn their own way. and learn that their leaders were so harsh. If we're in the heat of it, we're in the middle of all of them, and they're just striking back in retaliation because we think they're there to destroy everything, not just their leaders who are misleading them. We won't have the time to explain.
That's why we do it
That's
quickly
what I worry about.
and quietly in the middle of the night. But I think the Kedai reconnaissance is going to be absolutely game-changing, honestly. I think that's going to be what saves us.
I can certainly try.
I'm not opposed. I remember when we went from Tersana to Singara, we said only if what needs to be done we should do. And now the flip side. But it's for Tersana this time.
What have we got to lose at this point? We know the truth. Before we didn't know the truth. You can't fault us for ignorance.
No, but you can't fault the people of Tersana for ignorance either. They're being misled.
The
We've
people
spoken
had
the truth to them before.
They had a choice in the past. We cannot risk them arming themselves and coming for Singara. And while we must handle the most pressing question first, we can hope that they come around. But as long as the tip of the spear still exists, Singara is in danger. And we cannot allow that.
I understand that, Fane, but we made claims without thorough proof, and the people who chose to follow us followed us. There were many still on the fence. I have to believe that. Many still misled, still stuck in their ways.
Maybe so, but if you...
I'm not saying we slaughtered the town.
I'm
How can
saying
you-
that if you drop in that fashion and we don't have a chance to explain to those people, they'll be fighting under the poise of self-defense, self-preservation.
That's why we do it at night, when everyone is asleep. And
I thought we were just
quietly
going
as
for
possible.
Udelathon and the other two.
That
That's
was
what I'm
my
hoping
intention.
too, but if everybody rushes us, what choice do we have?
Quickly and quietly at night. This is the point of quickly and quietly.
We killed your leaders. Now listen to us. Here's the truth.
No, we
Sounds
leave.
horrible. We put them on trial. We make them. We downed them.
Under
We don't
what
kill them.
authority? We
make them spill their truths. It's the only way the other people will believe it. Otherwise, we're just
Threat
marauders.
of death? They'd rather die
Maybe so.
and be martyrs.
Ekare, you cannot put ideals before action. We can hope for the best, but expecting a plan that will endanger us and Singara to work on hope is not a plan. Is not a platform for success.
I think he's focusing more on safety than hope.
I will follow you guys, but I have seen the four of you and me. We have done some things that I'm not even sure I can tell stories and make them believable. We've done things I can't comprehend. And now, yes, indeed, I agree, I am shooting for the stars. But I've seen us achieve. I've seen us win. I've seen us excel. I have to move my barrier of expectation for us being better. Better than the leaders of Drasana, and better for everyone when we involve ourselves in something. Or else, why are we there?
Save them from corruption.
I agree. I don't know if DP can give us a fast extract afterwards.
Well,
If he can, then that allows us the opportunity to reapproach with words and things. But we attack in the middle of the night. It gets out of hand. Everyone's just grabbing up spears, thinking we're burning down the whole town.
As-
I hope you
as much
understand
as
what I
I-
mean here.
as much as I hate to say it, I think saving them from corruption is secondary. We know the people of Singara to be good, and they've entrusted us, as have the people that have already left. Protecting them is first priority, as they've already entrusted us and chose to listen to reason, and we owe them our protection as we've promised them. And yes, we can go in there and we can try to speak reason to these people, but if they won't hear, we owe our allegiance to Singara first.
I totally agree. Sangara is number one. I don't want to mince words here, but we we were also in kind welcomed into Trasana by the people. By the people on the street. We were welcomed there. So was Stradmil and Thadmil and Breger and Ezra. We were all welcomed there. Every single one of us. And it's only the leaders and Aragod, who we've already taken care of, that are the problem makers in Trasana, and the people who are misleading the people who did accept us. I just don't want things to get out of hand, but I'll follow you all's lead, and whatever plan you'd like to concoct. It's not...
But don't you think since we've left, since we made our speech, since we took half the town with us, that those leaders have been spilling poison and lies to these people? They will not choose to listen to us. They've already been poisoned against us by the very people we seek to kill.
I don't know what the situation in Trasana is. I just know what we can do.
We should take this sure thing. I agree that it is good to hope, but we cannot hesitate.
I think we stick to the plan and do the reconnaissance and try to get in and out with as minimal casualties as possible.
Then I agree. Thank you all for hearing me out.
Guess we'll
We leave to
ride on the rock.
Or how long will it take to get there on the rock?
Well, he can only go 144
Miles in a day.
miles.
There's no way that's...
It is not that far. There's no fucking way.
It's
Well,
like an
I
hour
mean-
trip.
Matt, how far is it?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. You guys can definitely take the rock the whole way.
Okay.
Should we wait until it's night to have a little more cover for the
Definitely.
reconnaissance?
I think so. Maybe we leave at dusk.
True. Yeah, we can spend the rest of the day just, relaxing, getting our affairs in order. I can't remember the last time we've gotten to breathe for a moment.
Feels hard to breathe with that in your...
You guys are breathing?
You're
It's
not?
got hay.
He doesn't need to breathe.
No, I know, but you just don't instinctually.
Are you like...
If I'm very stressed, but
Zamira,
I find it tedious.
Is that like a core personality trait of yours? Like, oh, I don't have to breathe, look at me. Is
No.
that it?
Mormons is a passing joke.
What, just real quick, Zamira, do an exercise. Tell me one of your personality traits.
I care about my friends. I care about the world. I care about knowledge and the protection of it.
That's 3 exercise failed, sorry.
Yeah. That's... Okay. Alright, I just dropped. I was like, okay.
What are you guys doing the rest of the day while you wait for dusk?
Working on studded leather, my dude.
Yeah, I'll haphazardly just kind of work on my skull on and off, and then just, I don't know, relax, take naps. Not with any short rest intention, just nap, just for the sake of napping.
Gonna whittle.
Well,
I'll manually breathe for a little while because I realize that sometimes I do forget, and then I'm gonna breathe for a little bit, and then I will also take a nap.
Kothar and Vane, you both will have enough time to finish each of your projects. So, Vane, you
Team.
have your newly fashioned studded leather. Kothar, you have your hollowed out and ready for wear dragon skull helm.
I will wear my dragon skull helm. I'll wait to put it on, actually.
Okay.
I will go to the car and I will present him with a set of studded leather, which is just a strap across the chest and it's like a very similar operation, but with Tyrannosaurus teeth coming out of it.
Well, DM, I'll jump forward and just say that it happens without issue. Akari would like to go to the tree edge of where the forest was receding and or dying previously. So Fane would find me there.
Okay.
I would like to take some time before we get into what Fane is doing, since I assume I would have arrived well before he did, to try to commune with the Micaiah in whatever way I can, seeing that things are restored in a way, or restoring. I'll just sit.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
First dice of the night. Okay. 17.
Kind of like sit on the forest edge and look for a familiar feeling. That same warm presence that you felt so long ago when you were in the Micaiah, and you can see the small amounts of trees that have begun to sprout out of the ground, the bits of decay that have since been removed from the area. And the wind blows and kind of releases a few leaves off the branches, and they just kind of like swirl. And as they do, they kind of stop and circle around you a bit before moving on. And it's a warm breeze, familiar feeling. You can get the sense that the forest has been healed. It's regained its strength and is slowly reclaiming what was once its own.
In the absence of all, there you are. Thank you for choosing me. I suppose it's about that time Fane will mosey over.
Fane will come over, present you with your studded leather.
Oh, interesting. I didn't imagine you were working on this for me.
Well, I wasn't actually until yesterday. That's why it's more, I had to adjust it down a little bit for your bird chest, but that was a joke because you're made of metal. But it's I just adjusted it, and I hope it works for you.
If it was for you, then keep it for you.
I don't need it. Look at this beautiful fish strap I have now.
Don't be silly. You're always up there on the front line.
Don't be so falsely modest. Take the gift.
Very well.
Thank you. It will do you good, I think. Better than this ratty old thing you have on.
It was a family heirloom, actually.
Well, then I take back what I said. But,
No, it's okay.
But my point stands. I think this will do you some good.
It's fine.
Take off that piece of shit. My grandma gave me this.
Well, it's okay. Dreysh was a fine vanguard in the NRA, and this armor has seen its use. One of my tribe's greatest tenets is to serve, and I think this armor has served its purpose, but its time is done. So I appreciate the gift.
And this way, well, just be wary. When you wear a strap like this, if you go shirtless, you need to really balance out the tan lines. I'm past that point, but for you, start off with, on-off cycles.
Right. I'm not sure that's something I'm going to have to worry about.
Right, because the shroud isn't real. Okay, so that's fair.
The shroud is mostly static. I can't change it at will, but I can change it over time. Much like how, I guess, people age.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've said a lot of awkward things in the last couple of minutes, so this is your gift, and I'm going to go.
Fane, hang on. I wanted to ask you privately, and as a friend, We've been together a while.
Mhm.
Don't do me a favor and don't hold anything back, because my concern is at almost peak levels. What do you think of me, given all that you know?
You say don't hold anything back. I will be honest.
That's all I ask. Sorry, that was me and my sick voice cracking.
You remind me of a type of person I knew. Maybe you're not familiar with this type of person. I will admit that this type of person is not somebody I would have hung with, given the choice. But let me explain. This type of person, these people with a sense of tragedy about them at all times. People who find a reason to be sad, or dour, or upset. Now, this is not an indictment of you or your character. You clearly have great trauma. But it's the same reason that Zamira drives me crazy. Zamira at least is at peace with who she is, but you have no peace, and that makes me sad because I don't know what you are necessarily. I don't know if you have the capacity to be at peace. But I see these people who wallow in tragedy, and the only thing I think is that they are lazy and afraid, too afraid to take the step and do something about it. I've said this in the last 24 hours, perhaps a million times, but every one of us has a choice. Who you decide to be is up to you. And when I see the signature of these people, the way they act, the tragedy they wallow in, they've made a choice to be that person by not choosing to be someone else. They let life take them and shake them by the neck, and they gave up. You are a brother, Akare. There is no denying it. We don't always agree with our brothers. I do respect you, but this great dourness that follows you around, it's up to you, Akare. It really is.
I'm scared. I don't know. I thought I would find answers. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I was. I'm horrified at what I could have been, what I was. And I've got people that took me in by their own grace, and now I don't even know if I can save them, but they're counting on me. If they even can count at the moment. And I've got Kidai inspiring me with her Maeve, and all I have is this figure I don't understand. I'm terrified, brother. I'm scared.
It's okay to be scared, Akare.
I want answers, but I can't get them.
Don't define yourself by this.
I wasn't even born, meant to be here. It was someone's experiment. I am what someone decided I should be. Nothing less. And I hear you. I do want to choose to be my own person, but in order to move on,
Akare, shut up.
I need to
for a
figure
second,
out what the
please.
hell
No,
I
shut
was.
up. Shh. Just stop talking, please. Because this is exactly what I mean when I said people choose tragedy a moment ago. If you are scared, decide you will be brave. If you are unhappy, decide you will be happy. But you saying it only affirms to yourself that you believe it. Let it go. You have a path. Do not wallow in it. Do not continually harp on it. You only make these things grow when you give them so much attention. You have lost just as all of us have. We are alike in that way, and we are not special. Many people lose. Many people hate the way they are. There are children who grow up and are abused and thus turn into abusers. You are no different from those people in that you hate what made you. Your experiences are just like everyone else's. And you are incredibly human. And there's no need to be ashamed of it. But do not wallow. I cannot say that enough. Do not wallow.
I just don't know what to do with all the expectation.
What fucking expectation, Akari? You put that there.
Whatever's in High Pass, whatever happened, whatever was, happened because of whatever AD-001 is. I know that you would tell me that I'm not responsible for that, but it's a mess that needs cleaning up, and I'm the only connection with that place. There's something there. I couldn't figure it out. We didn't have the time. And back in my tribe, the Viore, the Anare, I brought that figure that was looking at us through the portal, all those eyes. It was looking at me. Whatever that thing is, the Gazing King, it followed me here from I don't know where. I brought that too. Or he brought that. They, AD-001, brought all that shit. And I thought my life was so great until it all showed up. Thought my slate was clean. But just like you, there's things that are left unanswered, rings that haven't been completed, combats that haven't been done, duels. Not mine, but ones I need to finish. If I don't, it's just gonna keep running, keep going, and it's gonna outgrow me. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm not gonna let it escape and do more damage.
Then be resolved and take peace in it. But do not wallow. You are doing what you can. I will tell you something, Ukare. There is a place west of Drakenford. It's an ironically named town called Mining Town. Mining Town? Mining Town. Your path is not as a consequence of your actions. Have you not wondered why I was on this boat?
I've wondered that for everybody, but I mean, yeah, risking our lives beside each other every time, but I thought until we left it would be a moot point. But yeah, I mean, I've wondered. What would someone like you, all the way following in his father's footsteps, get on a boat to go voyage on an island?
Right, that's a good question. In Mining Town, I was in hiding. And took a lover. It's easy to do. She was pretty. And she's dead now. I knew the risks for her and I never told her, this woman. And she was tortured and murdered on my behalf. As a message. You complain that you bear guilt or tragedy for what you've done, but you have no idea what guilt is. These things aren't your fault, Akare. When your neglect, when your recklessness causes the miserable end directly of somebody, then you will know what I mean. But in the meantime, you simply do not have perspective on what you have. The reason I am here at the edge of the world is because I am running from that guilt. You're 1,000 times braver than I for running towards your problems. Take peace in that.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I wish I could sympathize, but truly I don't have the experience.
But remember that there are 1,000 people who have it 1,000 times worse than you. Keep it in perspective and know that just because you are made of metal, it does not mean you do not get to share of the joys of this world. You are here, you where your feet are. Enjoy it.
Fane, you talk about it like it's a duty, but I will raise my hand and separate the plates and produce some force. This form that I have, what it did before I became the Kare. The reason I run towards it is because I don't separate the two memories. I don't separate the two people. Whatever 80001 is, yeah, I know I'm not responsible for it, but in a lot of unique ways. I mean, you saw our time in High Pass. Only I can open those doors. Only I can change that. And it's because only I was responsible for it. If I don't do it, no one else will. And so I bear the responsibility of whatever it is that 80001 did, because I know that if no one else does, maybe the Gazing King will claim some territory like Zoltroif and just hang out on an island, but maybe if I don't solve it, it'll just run amok and everyone will suffer. It's not about me. Although I am scared, I'm terrified, horrified. But maybe it's programming, but I need to see it through.
Maybe it is. I'll simply say, Akare, that you only have so much time. I don't know how long that will be for you, but you can choose to spend it in misery or in some form of contentment. Well, it's up to you.
To join and be a part of the Honor Ray is to live a life of service. That's what I'll do. And unless you rebuff me, I will go in for a hug with Fane.
I'll accept that. I worry for you.
Like I said, I'm scared, but I'm glad you and everyone else is here. But I'm glad you're here. Your sage advice in a place that I still don't understand. I thought I'd live my whole second life in that valley, but instead I hopped on a boat, met two dwarves, and you all came out below decks. And
When
I
you return, having fixed the problem, you will be much wiser for it.
I hope so. I'd like to rest at one point when it's all done. Just be done with it all. Maybe even shut down for a while, if that's how it works.
I was looking for the button, I never found it.
I'll show you where it is one day,
Hmm.
and I'll release the hug.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Before we go on another 30-minute time.
Yep. Yeah, before we go on
Sorry,
another...
Matt.
No, you're fine.
Yep, sorry, Matt. There it goes.
I don't know, Matt, but I think all that role playing that we should level up.
Hell no.
No, then I have to change my stat blocks for all the guys in Trasana.
You guys literally just got your level.
Yeah, that's what happens when Friday Night Dice takes a week off, ladies and gentlemen. We spend, like 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours role playing?
No, it's because we've been in a dungeon for like 5 episodes, and so we haven't got any chances to really role play.
We were very brave girls. Where's our treat?
Guys, it's late. Thank you for joining us. It was
Good
a
night.
fun session. Sorry to the 5 of you that we didn't take a break tonight. Didn't really fit
that's fine.
anywhere.
Happens.
But we'll see you guys next week. Tune in
Bye.
for
Night, everyone.
the massacre
A special
or
Halloween
defeat.
episode.
Oh, yeah,
will
we
be
do have a
Trasana.
Halloween episode.
Yeah, we have a Halloween episode next week, which will be very fitting
Yeah.
for